I'll go ahead and get through these openers here. All right, live on YouTube. All right, different color hair for all the girls. So, as was requested by some of my viewers. Hey, Avon. So anyway, as I was saying, as was requested by some of my viewers, I'm going to be doing World of Dreams. So I'm going to give a couple of seconds for people to come on in here, then we'll go ahead and dive right in. Hey Cody, thanks for joining us. Let me make sure the sound level here is okay. Seems a little low, so I'll turn this up a bit. Okay, maybe back down now. Alright, I think this is probably a good level. Alright, so. Alright, we got some people coming in now. So, since we got, according to what I'm seeing, 4 people here. Hold on, that'll be a good sound test, let's see. Yeah, that seems alright. So, I will go ahead and start the show here, guys. Please enter your name. Caesar. How's it going, guys? Hey everyone, Morbius Green here. As this is my very first attempt at a mod/story, I'm sorry for any mistakes I may have made. Anyway, enjoy this demo of Doki Doki World of Dreams. Okay, this is a demo, apparently. The cold October evening threatens snow. Thick nimbostratus clouds had rolled in only 3 hours earlier, and the weather forecast was predicting a heavy snowfall starting at around 10 p.m. or so. A small car pulls up to the only convenience store in the small town of Belshire, USA, and a man gets out. He's young with a smooth-shaved face and short brown hair that was well kept and parted. Is this Dan Salvato? The feature about him that stands out from the rest is his heterochromia, a left sky blue eye and a right bright leaf green eye. Maybe not Dan Salvato then. At 22 years old, he's in his very last year of college with his scheduled graduation time at the end of the fall term. He walks into the convenience store and finds no one else there to save the cashier, a bored-looking teenage boy with shaggy curly hair. The cashier greets him politely before turning to his phone. Walking to the alcohol cooler, the man grabs a few cold cans and brings them to the counter. On his way to checkout, he spots a display of Pilot G207 metallic pens. Sorry guys, I woke up not too long ago. He grabs 2 packs and heads up to the counter. The cashier rings him up, scans his ID, then bags his stuff in 2 plastic bags. Have a good night, sir. The cashier goes back to whatever he was doing on his phone. The man whose name is Caesar Bordeaux, oh, this is supposed to be me, walks out into the night, unless it's just a coincidence and this guy's name also happens to be Caesar, holding up the bags triumphantly. Jamie, Harv, I've got the goodies, bitches. I hold up the 2 plastic bags full of booze, a 4 Loco for Jamie and Harvey, 2 of my best friends, and Mike's Hard Lemonade for me. About damn time, gimme. Jamie, short blonde with a bombshell body, but with a fierceness that one would normally ascribe to a redhead, grabs the bags from me, putting them on the chair next to her. Alright, let's go and get blackout drunk. Harvey is a head taller than I am, with a large muscular body to fit the typical bodybuilder image he's been going for ever since high school. But he isn't just some dumb jock, he actually has good grades to keep his scholarship going. Me? I'm nothing like Harv. I'm kinda skinny, actually. excuse me again. No muscle to speak of, no visible muscle anyway. But hey, I'm no pushover, exclamation mark period. I go to the gym once a week for a run on the treadmill for about 5 miles or so. Nothing too strenuous. Let's get this party rolling. I get into the driver's seat and start the car, ready for a night full of fun and booze. As I drive back, Harv speaks up. So what are we watching tonight? Not another high fantasy, I hope. I know you don't like those, so I picked out a classic, Supernatural. Classic? That show isn't that old, dude. Classic to me. I've been watching it since it came out. Haha. Holy shit, dude. Your parents let you watch that at that age? Nah, they were gone most nights, so I would sneak an episode a week. Never pegged you for the sneaky type. Then again, with that mouth of yours, you probably learned a thing or two from the Winchesters. There's a lot you don't know about me. I grin and twirl a fake mustache. Save me from the bad man. Jamie clings to Harv as best she can, but we eventually bust out laughing. Whoops, skipped one. Heading inside, Jamie and Harv head into the living room. I set the food and drinks down on the table before grabbing some plates. We head out to the living room. I walk in to see Jamie and Harv cuddling on the love seat. Damn normies. I mutter playfully as I place their food and booze on the coffee table in front of them. Hey, you have a house to yourself. Who's not normal? I sit in my chair and grin smugly. Wait, you mean you don't already have your lives figured out like yours truly? And here I thought you were smarter than me. Har, seriously, how can you afford this cozy pad? I thought you only worked part-time at the company your parents work for. My parents help a lot. They pay the rent and upkeep, and I pay for stuff like utilities and internet. Damn, you've got great parents. I know it. Let's watch TV and get drunk. I open my first can of Mike's and begin drinking. Okay, so far nothing really DDLC related. Another morning. Thank God it's Saturday. I sit up and stretch, looking out at the nice weekend weather. So a nice little window edition they got here. Although it looks a little bit turned to the side, the proportions don't really seem to match. Yesterday's test was so not cool. I head downstairs to grab some breakfast. I don't hear anyone else around, but I see a note from my mom. Good morning, Meji. Dad and I went to visit Aiko. Please try and at least take a walk today. MC's mother? Okay, so Meji is MC, I guess. Have a good day. We'll be back late tonight. Your dad and I love you, Mom. Mom can be such a worrywart sometimes. I leave the note and look in the fridge for something to eat. I decide on some cereal. When I'm done eating, I head back upstairs. Time to relax. I grab the new manga I've been reading and lay back on my bed. I get so into it I lose track of time. La 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 la. My window is open, so I can't help but hear the voice of a girl singing to herself. I look out the window to see who it is. I see an annoying girl skipping down the road, smiling like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. Oh, it's Sayori. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. We used to walk to school together, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. I wonder where she's off to. Her phone rings. I watch as she stops and pulls it out. Hello? Oh, hi. No, I just got up. We're still having that club meeting at noon, right? Yep, I'll be there in a little bit. See you soon, bye. Sayori hangs up and skips off down the street. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less, unless you count manga, because manga is literature. I grab my manga and continue reading until my stomach rumbles, telling me it's lunchtime. I head downstairs to find some cup ramen in the cupboard. After boiling the water, I let the noodles sit while I find a sofa to drink. I finish lunch and, after cleaning up, head back to my room. The sun's coming in. I close the shades and find some anime to watch. The hours pass in a blur. I look at my phone a bit later and notice that it's almost 10 at night. I guess I should sleep. I turn off the TV and get ready for bed. Just one more day of the blessed weekend. I yawn and fall asleep slowly. Man, they really whizzed by that day, huh? Okay, so there's some updates happening to the mod. I groan, the alarm next to me blaring in my ear non-stop. Ah, that's the last time I drank 5 cans of Mike's in one sitting. Okay, so now we're back to the real world, I guess. What happened last night? Let's see, I went out with my friends to get fast food and booze, and then we went to my house to watch Supernatural. My memory is hazy after that. I must have gotten really drunk. Wow, been a while since I've had that much. I think I remember Jamie and Harv stumbling out to head to their love nest a few houses down. Then I stumbled to bed, collapsing onto it before passing out. At least I think so. Ah, that alarm. Time to shut you up. In my half-asleep state, I reach over to turn the alarm off. As I do so, I realize I didn't set an alarm the night before. I never set alarms in the first place. I sit up and look around the room only to realize it's completely dark. What the hell? What happened last night? Am I sick or something? So, is this going to be that the player wakes up and he's in the Doki world or something? Oh, this is the demo? I saw that it said demo on the title screen, but this was the first thing that came up when I typed in World of Dreams, so I assumed that maybe all it was so far was a demo. And I thought, well, geez, a 13-hour mod that's only a demo? That's pretty insane. But yeah. As I said, first thing that popped up when I typed in World of Dreams was what I downloaded. Started not that long ago, The Rush. But, okay. If this is the demo, then, okay, Morbius, do you have a link to the full thing that you could put on either the Discord or the chat here? Alrighty. Then, alright, if this is only a demo, I'll go ahead and X out of that. We'll see if we can salvage this. We should be able to if I just take the new files that Morbius sends me and put them into the game folder here. It shouldn't be any different. Sorry for the technical difficulties, folks. Yeah, apparently that was a demo, but again, that was the first thing that showed up when I typed in World of Dreams, or Doki Doki World of Dreams, so I would assume that it would be the full version, but okay. Here we go, I'll download this. Give it a couple of seconds. Alright, still downloading. Yeah, it's definitely bigger than the other one. We're almost at 1 full gigabyte of download here. Sorry again for the delay, folks, but we'll salvage it. Okay, there we go. Now... Pocket Trox Miguel, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Okay, so, here we go. There we are. And drag these in. They'll say, hey, do you want to replace them? Yes, I do. Okay, get those in there. Alrighty, now let's go back. That should work. Okay, looks like it's working. And now I can see it, the world beyond the stars, the world of dreams. Okay, it would appear this has worked. Alright, so let's make sure we're still good on screen here. Looks like it. Okay. Here we go. Enter a name again. Alright, so we're probably going to skip forward through enter a last name. Okay. I get a first name and a last name. Cool. Step up from the act here. This is my very first attempt. Doki Doki World of Dreams. Here we go. Okay, it's a little bit different. Hey, NP Master. It's a nice night. Not too cold, but just warm enough to enjoy a nice cold one before bed. I crack open my soda can and take a sip, enjoying the peace and quiet for once. Mom and Dad aren't home tonight. They've taken their second honeymoon to the beaches of Hawaii. I love my parents, but I do like a quiet house more often than not. I am glad that they're off enjoying their time together. As much as I like the quiet of being alone, Mom and Dad make having a relationship look amazing. They have fights, sure, but their anger always dissipates after they cool down. I've never seen a happier couple. I take another sip. Well, the quiet is still nice. After a while, I finish the soda, stretch, and head inside. I sit down on the couch, wrap myself up in a blanket, and turn on the TV. I browse through the stations and find an old TV show to watch. I sit there, I get a text from Dad. It's a selfie of him and Mom at the beach with the tagline, "Miss you, honey." They look pretty happy. I'll go back to watching TV. The blanket's nice and cozy. I think I'm gonna nod off. Okay, glitch, night. I'm trying to speed through the beginning since we already kind of saw it. Another morning, thank goodness it's Saturday. Weather outside. Yesterday's test was not cool. Okay, so yeah, this is stuff we already saw. And this says mom now instead of MC's mom. Okay, oh geez, can be a worrywart. So we saw this. He eats breakfast. Reads manga, looks outside. Sayori, she answers her phone. Alright, goes off. Then gets the ramen. Close the shades, read manga, now it's nighttime. One more day of the blessed weekend, and there we go. Alright, now they're updating the game again. Damn, according to Restream, we've got 20 people watching, which means it's probably more like 25, so welcome everybody. Good to have all y'all here. Haven't had this many people in a while. Sunday, October 22nd, 2017. Okay. Fair enough. Well, thank you, Morbius. I'm happy for the extra viewership. I appreciate that. I groan. The alarm next to me is blaring in my ear nonstop. What happened last night? Let's see. I spent the evening alone since Mom and Dad are away. My memory is hazy after that. Did I pass out onto the couch or make it to the bed? That alarm. Time to shut you up. I reach over to turn off the alarm. I realize that I didn't set an alarm the night before. I never set alarms in the first place. I sit up and look around the room, only to realize it's completely dark. What the hell? What happened last night? Am I sick or something? I try to feel for my phone, which I normally keep on the nightstand on my left. However, my hand hits a wall. What the hell? Okay, deep breaths, deep breaths. My right hand finally lands on something that feels like a phone on what I assume is a nightstand on my right. Only it isn't my smartphone, but a flip phone. I open it. The alarm is coming from the phone. I turn it off, then use it as a light to help me look around the room. What? This isn't my room, but there's something familiar about it. I get out of bed and almost fall flat on my face. Why does my body feel lighter? I stumble over to the door and hit the light switch, blinking the light out of my eyes. I'd watch you play any story narrative based on games, not much for MMOs. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. This is MC's room. It's been a while since I played Doki Doki Literature Club. I did play a few mods, look up alternate routes, even tried for the good ending. What a game, jeez. Man, I think I would have a much stronger reaction than that if I realized that I was, like, sucked into an anime game. Just, like, I wake up and I'm in an anime visual novel, and I'm like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. This is MC's room? So inconvenient. What a game, jeez. I still can't listen to Monica's song without tearing up, though. Wait, the MC's room didn't have a window, right? That's not important right now. I approach the door cautiously, slowly opening it. Again, very interesting observation to be making when you realize that you're somehow sucked into what appears to be a video game world. Okay, looks like I'm on the second floor, not surprised. What's that room with the small window? Perfect, a room with a mirror. I turn on the light. What the? Again, awesome realization to be having. You know, your reaction when you look in the mirror and you see somebody who looks completely different than you, and your reaction is just, what the hell? Man, I would be freaking the hell out. I don't look like this. Who am I looking at? I almost shout in shock, but I remember at just the last minute to keep my voice down. Why? This would not be a time to be keeping your voice down, man. I turn off the light and head back into the hallway. I see 2 other rooms and a door that looks like it leads to a balcony. I hear soft breathing from one of the rooms. Whose rooms are these? I pause. That wasn't English. It sounds like Japanese. So, wow. So he's speaking English, but Japanese comes out. That's interesting. I know what Japanese sounds like since I watch anime. Alright. Do I know Japanese somehow? That definitely wasn't English. That's an interesting idea. I like that. I clear my throat and try saying something in English. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Thank God, looks like that works. Oh, so he can speak English if he really focuses on speaking English. I try switching back to Japanese. Testing. 1, 2, 3. I stop and think. It seems as if I can switch between languages without any problems. But now I'm freaking out. When did I learn a completely new language? And does that mean I'm in Japan somehow? I mean, this house does feel a bit like a Japanese house. I rub my forehead. My head feels like it's twice as heavy as it was before. Sighing, I smack my cheeks to clear my head. Exploration comes first. I put my ear to the second room's door and, hearing nothing, gently open said door. I open the door and look around briefly. This room most likely belongs to a girl, but whose room is it? I quickly but quietly leave the room. Somehow I have the feeling that whoever owns this room wouldn't appreciate me snooping. I walk downstairs and find myself facing a hallway. To the left is a kitchen and to the right is a living room. I head into the kitchen first, exactly as I remember in the game. What I don't expect is this large sliding glass door to the left of the fridge. I head back to the hallway and look at the first 2 doors. Another toilet? I don't know much about Japanese house design, but to have 2 toilets, MC's parents must be well off. I head to the other room. Shower room, of course, a pretty nice one too. What's in the other room? Alright, a pretty good sized bath. Deep too. If what I know about Japanese houses is right, this is fairly typical. It is? Huh, because in Korea, showers are more common, so I don't know. I don't know how much baths... Actually, no. We have somebody who may be an expert on that. Hey, Jenny. Do you know if Japanese houses typically have showers or baths in them? Is it showers like Korea, or do they have more, or do they usually have baths?
Not sure.
You're not sure?
Maybe. They have bath probably because like to bath. Probably.
I would think that baths would be more for like richer people. But yeah, according to what's being said here, it's actually typical.
It wasn't popular to have a bath in the past year in Korea, but
yeah, but you
because their showers more fancy, coming to clean, they changed it.
Fair enough. Alrighty, interesting. The door at the end of the hallway is a simple closet with a shelf and a few odds and ends hanging up. The door on the left leads down to a basement. I decide to explore that later. Huh, spare bedroom? Guest room? Maybe. I turn on the lights. Huh, wonder if this is an office or a spare room. No, it's a remodeling of Yuri's room from the Meta series. I'm just kidding, totally separate. I turn off the light and leave, closing the door quietly. Alright, Morbius says, Japanese houses have a room solely for shower and bath. That's interesting. I've only been to Japan once, and when I was there, I was staying in a capsule hotel, so I wouldn't be an expert on that at all. The living room is the largest room I've seen so far. The digital clock on the DVD player says 4:12 a.m. From upstairs, I hear a door open. A light turns on. Meiji, is that you? A mature-sounding female voice calls down the stairs. I'm guessing the MC is Meiji. Again, the rate at which the player here is able to fully fathom everything that's happening right now is incredible. Like, I feel like if this happens to a normal person in the real world, they would be just freaking the hell out. Like, how the fuck did I get here? What the fuck am I doing here? How is this even possible? Why can I speak Japanese? Who is this person that's talking to me? How the hell do I get back? Am I going to be stuck here forever? Just the number of questions that would be racing in that person's mind. But this person is just like, huh, what the hell? This is strange. Whoa, look at this room. Like, I don't know. This person must be the most level-headed person in existence. But I didn't choose that name when I played DDLC, so why that name? Am I not in the MC's body? Well, you saw yourself in the mirror. Of course you're in the MC's body. I actually, all right, not a bad interpretation for MC's mom here. I walk upstairs. I wonder who this woman is. I'm guessing this is the mom of the person I saw in the mirror. Well, best not to assume. Time to bluff my way through this. The woman approaches me worriedly. I wouldn't be bluffing my way through it. I would be asking for help. I would be like, hey, listen, I don't know who the hell you think I am, but I'm not who you think I am. I need some serious help right now. Are you feeling okay, Meji? So I am inside this Meji's body. I'm fine. Is this Spock? Is it Spock that's inside MC's body right now? Because just the level of control here is absolutely phenomenal. I just had a nightmare and was going to get a glass of water. From behind the woman I hear shuffling. A man comes out. Meji's dad, I'm guessing. What's going on out here, Minako? Wait, Meji, why are you up so early, son? I'd honestly be excited to not have to deal with real-world politics. Guess that confirms that. This has to be Meji's dad. He had a nightmare, Tatsuo. Meji, I'll get you a glass of water. You just go to bed. Alright. And I guess that makes this woman Meji's mom. I head back and sit on the edge of the bed. Meji's mom comes in a bit later with a glass of cold water, which I drink gratefully. She sits next to me. Want to tell me about your dream? I shrug, trying to remember how teenage me would act. How teenage you... Okay, so we can assume that the protagonist is somewhere in their early 20s, maybe, and they're still living with their parents. I guess that is kind of more and more common these days. It wasn't so long ago for me after, there you go, early 20s, but for some reason it's hard to remember. It's okay, Mom, I can't really remember anything about it. I can't act for shit. You sure? You look a bit pale. I nearly jump back as the woman presses her forehead to mine. You're not sick or anything. Startled, I move back. Meji? I try and act like a teenager me. How would when you act? I'm really okay, I'm just tired. I try to make my words sound sleepy, and that's not hard considering it's so early in the morning. Well, alright, if you're sure. You should sleep, dear. It's the weekend still, after all. Right, sorry for waking you. It's okay. Now, go to sleep, sweetie. See you in the morning. Alright, night. Good night, Meji. She turns off the light, and I lay down in bed. I close my eyes and let my mind wander. I start thinking about my current situation. Dude, now is not a time for sleeping. Like, the absolutely insane situation that you're in right now, I wouldn't be able to just, like, lay down and let my mind wander. I would be asking so many questions. I would be trying to get a proper assessment on, you know, what exactly is going on. And then I would be trying to come up with some idea on how the hell I was going to get home. I'm freaking out. This has got to be a very elaborate dream. I mean, first to wake up in the MC's room. No, this is my room, and who the hell are you? So they're two people sharing the same body? I sit up quickly and look around. Someone had just shouted in my ear. I tilt my head in confusion. Who said that? I did. What's going on? Why can't I move? Uh-oh. The plot thickens. The voice sounds terrified. It also sounds like my new voice. It's coming from my head, like some kind of audible thought. Realization sets in. Hold up, are you Meji? Damn right I am. Who the hell are you? I lay back down. Listen, I'm sure you're freaking out a lot, but it's nothing compared to how I'm feeling. And again, the fact that the player is able to be so reassuring right out of the gate. It's just like, hey, listen, I know this is strange. Okay, I should tell him my name. I'm Caesar Madrazo, by the way. I'm from America. Chizu Meji. Now seriously, what the hell is going on? You have control of my body. How are you any more terrified than I am? And Meji's reaction to this is also kind of strange. I would think, if I was in his shoes, I would think that I'd been, like, possessed by a demon. Like, I would be constantly, like, screaming, trying to, like, you know, like, I'd be, like, screaming, I'd be making threats. Like, not being able to control your own body, that That is a terrifying idea, and somebody else is controlling everything you do and say. That is, like, one of the scariest things that I can imagine. So I wouldn't just be like giving out my name, like, yeah, this is me. Now tell me what's going on. He sounds even more scared than I feel. Getting him to calm down isn't going to be easy. Ah, yes, let's be reassuring in this absolutely insane situation in which you were surprisingly calm in. I take a few deep breaths to try to calm myself down. Finally, I'm ready. If you want to know, just calm down and I'll tell you. Calm? How can I be calm? I'm trapped in my own smack. My cheek stings from my self-inflicted slap. Calm down. Man. Damn it. I felt that. Good. Now just take a few deep breaths, alright? It's not doing us any good just panicking. How the hell are you so calm? Good question, Meji. Thank you. I'm not. I'm just as freaked out as you are. Trust me. Well, then how are you staying so calm? Let's just take a few moments. I lie back down on the bed and breathe normally, trying to let my own racing mind slow down. Slowly, my heartbeat returns to a somewhat more normal rate. Not that I know what normal heart rate is for his body. Alright, so I guess I'm not going crazy? I slowly shake my head and sit back up. I lean against the wall. No, you really aren't. I was just hoping this is some kind of bad dream. You and me both, believe me. So, can you tell me what's going on now, and who are you anyway? Well, I'm not sure I can tell you anything about the what. Before I tell you who I am, there are a few things we should address. Well, you already said who you are. You're Caesar Madrazo. Like what? I rode the bridge in my nose. Okay, listen, what I'm about to tell you is going to make me sound crazy, so you're going to have to bear with me, alright? Given your current situation, there is absolutely nothing you could say that's going to make you sound crazy. Well, what other choice do I have? Thank you. First of all, I need to ask you a couple of questions. Is that okay? He's the one whose body is not working right now. He's the one who can't control his own body. Like, why is he the one that needs to answer questions? Okay, shoot. How old are you right now? 18. Why? I'll explain later. I grab Meji's phone and look at it. The date on the front says 2017. October 22nd, so exactly 1 month after the release of DDLC. Is that right? Yes. Okay, I admit that's not what I was expecting, but I can work with that. The game isn't clear on what day MC joins the club, but it definitely wasn't Sunday. Hey, you're a third year in high school, right? Yes, why? Does your school have a culture festival? Yeah, we do. It's next week. Why do you ask? I frown. Only one more day until the game begins. Or two, I don't know. Game? What game? A game of life and death involving you. Well, us now, I guess. What do you mean? Should I tell him or not? Of course you should tell him. I'm not sure how he'll react to being told he's just a camera for a horror visual novel. Ah, hell, screw it. Listen very carefully. What I'm about to say can never leave these lips by either of us, got it? Well, they're not going to leave the lips from him. He can't control his lips. Okay, you're freaking me out a bit. I'm sorry, but this is important. Please make me promise that you cannot tell a soul. Not yet, anyway. Okay, I don't know how anyone could tell me, but I promise. Okay, here goes nothing. Alright, the world you live in, this world is not what you think. You know what a visual novel is, right? Of course I do. You're a part of a visual novel called Doki Doki Literature Club. In fact, you're the main protagonist. Don't screw with me. There it is. That's the reaction I was expecting. I'm not, I promise. Oh yeah? Well, if that's the truth, then why me? I'm nothing special. Exactly. The people who created the game wanted to create a person who didn't stand out much, even as a background character in an anime. Oh wow, thanks for that. I really should have phrased that better. Well, I mean, he even admitted it. Why would he be offended by that? He admitted it himself. I didn't mean anything by it. It's just that the player is meant to identify with you. Normally, people who play visual novels and dating sims are nerds, just like you and me, right? I get how this sounds, believe me, but if you want proof, I know some things about you that I learned from playing the game before. I can hear Meji's snort of disbelief. Oh, this ought to be good. Go on, then. I can't believe that he's doubting any of this right now. If I were in his shoes, I would not be doubting a damn thing. I clear my throat. You have a childhood best friend named Sayori? Short hair, red bow, bright blue eyes, and always smiling and happy. You're going to high school with her, but you haven't spent time with her much since high school started. Oh, and you also had a class with a girl named Monica last year. How am I doing so far? What? How do you know about Sayori and Monica? Watermelon 1418. Well, thank you for joining us. Looks like Morbius is happy to see you. They're both characters in the game. I see. We both go silent. I'm sure that Meji isn't quite convinced of what I'm telling him, but I can't blame him for it. So what do we do now? Alright, well for starters, why don't we spend part of today with Sayori? Wait, Sayori? How come? Why not? You guys are friends, right? Why wouldn't you want to spend time with her? Knifey Waifu, thank you for the lemon. I appreciate it. I don't know. I always thought that she could do so much better than me. Like you said earlier, I'm no one special. She is pretty well known at school, and I'm sure some of her classmates even have a crush on her. Whoa. Not what I was expecting. I assumed that the protagonist stopped hanging out with Sayori because of him being so generic, but the truth is a lot more realistic. And a little bit depressing, to be honest. Oh boy, is this Meiji gonna have a meltdown? He's not a bad person per se, but he might start feeling guilty about things. I try my best to reassure him. Do you really think that? If she really thought that, would she have even played with you when you two were kids? Didn't you help whenever she hurt herself? What about when she nearly burned the house down when she tried cooking? How do you know about that? It came up in the game. I see something on the desk. Standing, I walk over to see a picture with a young Meiji and a very cute girl with a red bow and long hair. Unlike her sprite, this image of Sayori shows her with brown hair instead of the pink hue seen in the game. Wow, I didn't realize Sayori had long hair that one time. She looked so cute. She cut it a little while ago. She wanted to go for a new look, I guess. Huh, okay, that makes sense. I put the picture down and sit back on my bed, so should I continue? About the game, I mean. Yes. Slowly, I explain the plot of the original game as carefully as I can. As I do, Meiji listens quietly, not saying a word. Sometimes I stop in my explanation to make sure he's still listening. After I'm finished explaining, I want to hear Meji's response. Meiji doesn't speak for a while. I feel guilty again, but this time I have no words. I don't even know where to start, but he needs to know all this. I suck when it comes to people sometimes. I try to think of something to say to reassure him again. He's probably thinking that Sayori's depression is his fault, but it isn't. I needed his help after all. I know nothing about this world other than the names of the girls and a few background images. This world feels more like DDLC and the real world were mashed together. That begs the question, where am I? Is this really DDLC? I mean, if it were, would Sayori have that brown hair? Well, I think I can theorize later. There's only silence between us for a while. Well, okay, so that was a pretty bold conclusion to come to. Like, yes, it is a little bit strange that Sayori has different colored hair, but, I mean, that could be explained by just, there was some sort of weird happening with the code or the images, the sprites, when a real person suddenly was somehow transferred into the game, and it caused some things about the game to change to maybe match the real world character's appearance a little bit more. But I don't know. I guess they had to put it in that two worlds had collided somehow, so there's only silence between us for a while. Are you sure? Is what you said real? Meji's voice sounds shaky, almost as if he's in shock. Damn it. Meiji, am I not real? And he's having a nervous breakdown. Way to go, Caesar. You really screwed the pooch on this one. Thank you for the lemon, Avon. I appreciate it. Yes, you are real, and you're going to help me. Help? How? It's time to be a fucking hero. Monica's phrase. You and I were going to make sure nothing happens to the girls or anyone else. But how? If what you're saying is true, won't we be fighting a losing battle? I don't believe in no-win scenarios. Also, I'm a stubborn idiot. To my surprise and relief, I hear Meiji chuckle a bit. Alright then, genius, what's your master plan? Nothing definite yet, but for now, though, we should spend the day with Sayori. I'm sure she'll love it. We'll get in touch with her later. Okay, so one thing that they could do to end this situation very quickly is that Monica, and Dan Salvato has revealed this, that Monica at the end of the game, the reason that she removes the game is that she just has decided, okay, you know what, if this isn't going to work out, the music's drowning me out, okay, then I'll turn it down a bit. Is that if this isn't going to work out, then fine, I'll remove the game and we'll stay away from each other. So basically, if we assume that that's how Monica works, then we can just go to her, and before she is able to do anything terrible with the girls or the game, just say, hey, Monica, look, I know what you really are, I know about your epiphany, I know what you're planning to do, and I just want to let you know I'm not interested. And also, don't do anything bad to the girls, don't do anything bad to the game, because that'll just make me even less interested, so please don't do anything like that, and boom, there you go. Anyway, in the meantime, let's get a bit more sleep. I don't mind sleeping in, but we shouldn't sleep in too long. After all, a day with Sayori is always an adventure, right? I hear another small chuckle from Meiji. Yes, it always is. Alright, we spent some time today with Sayori. Let me take the reins for today. I know it's coming, you don't. I don't exactly like the idea, but we don't have a choice, I guess. Well, good night. And just like that, Meiji falls asleep. Not sure how I know, it's like a pressure in my head vanishes. I lie back down but can't sleep. My mind is racing a mile a minute. How do I do this? The tension from before begins to come back again. From the door, I begin hearing movement. The door opens and someone peers in. I pretend to be asleep, not wanting to worry Meji's parents anymore. After a little while, the door closes. I try to relax, but I can't sleep. Various scenarios play in my head. What do I do? Should I confront Monica? Confront is probably the wrong word. Just like tell her that you know everything that's happening. And that you don't want her to do any of that crazy stuff that she's planning on doing. Should I even join the drama club? The drama club? What? If I don't join the club, will Monica even get her epiphany? Or will something else cause Sayori to hang herself again? Well, no, Sayori hung herself because of what Monica did to her. Like, she admitted it. Monica amplified her depression to the point that she was suicidal. So if Monica doesn't mess with her, then Sayori's depression wouldn't be strong enough to off herself. Like, because it was said in the game that Monica essentially turned Sayori's depression into being suicidal. So if Monica doesn't mess with her, then no, she would be depressed, but she wouldn't want to kill herself. Yeah, enough of this. I stand and head to the door, switching on the light. I blink and eventually my eyes adjust. In a corner of the room not usually seen, I spot something. It's my backpack. My own backpack from reality. Not sure how it got here, but I'm glad it is. I head over and unzip it. Jackpot. Oh, it said Damn Club? Huh, I could have sworn it said Drama. I grin as I see my laptop, phone, and headphones, as well as a small Bluetooth speaker. I also find the chargers for my laptop and phone in the other pouch. I chuckle and see a few pins in a smaller pouch in the front. You see, this would be the point where the theory of, the two worlds, like reality and DDLC, have collided. This is where that would come in, because you're seeing real-world objects in the game. Before, when it was just, she has different color hair, I think that then saying that the two worlds had collided was stretching a little bit. But now that we're seeing real-world objects in the game, this would be the point where you start to question, has my whole world somehow collided with DDLC? Anyway, nothing. I try on another app, still nothing. Guess I can't access the internet unless there's Wi-Fi here. I check the Wi-Fi and find a few, but they're all locked. Yeah, I'll ask for the password later. I plug my phone and laptop in, hoping they'll charge. Thank God they do. Not wanting any of this to be discovered, I had my backpack in the back of Meji's closet and put the laptop under the desk. I then turn off the light. As I lay there, I ponder over the choices I have before me once more. I have a day or two to prepare for the upcoming encounter with the girls, and I still don't quite know how to approach it. As I go over the ideas, a new one strikes me. I grab my phone, I put a note in the notepad app, and lay back down. I'll run it by Meji tomorrow. So I guess Meji is able to sleep. I guess that kind of makes sense. If there are two different people, even if one can't really control the body, I guess. Now sleep would be a physical state as well as a mental state. But if sleep is a mental state and Meji's mental state is unaffected by Caesar, by Caesar's condition, then I guess it makes sense that Meji would be able to sleep, but Caesar still moves the body. Eventually, I fall asleep. I wake to sunlight coming in from the window. I sit up slowly, yawn, and stretch before pulling back the curtains. Hey, you're finally awake. Meji sounds exasperated. Oh, dude, that would suck. Being awake but not being able to move your body, like constant sleep paralysis, that would be awful. Sam, I'd love to have Spock as a dissociative alter. I decided to try and lighten the mood with a bit of humor. Walked right into that Imperial ambush while I was trying to cross the border. I chuckle, throw the blankets off of me, and swing my legs over the bed. How long have you been awake? Not long, but I still couldn't take control even when you were asleep. Really? That's odd. Is it? The clock on Meji's phone reads 9:38. Well, I mean, everything about this is odd, but of all the things that's happened so far, that seems like the least odd. Not too early, but not too late either. Gives us time to shower and eat breakfast. Well, why don't we get ready for a day of fun before school tomorrow? Sun or fun? It's in one of those. Yeah, I guess. I sense reluctance in his tone. Meji, you okay? It's just I still feel bad about leaving Sayori alone for so many years, for drifting apart, for causing her depression. You know, I mean, if I were in Meji, I'd be like, it's just, I can't control my own fucking body, and I'm still a little bit uncomfortable with that. That would have been my response here. You didn't cause her depression. Depression is a medical issue caused by a chemical imbalance in the brain. Besides, today is a day where we start amending for it. I may be the one in control, but I want to help the two of you get closer again. It's the least I can do in our current situation. I clear my throat. Also, I have an idea after you went to sleep last night about one way to save the girls. Am I going to like this idea? Probably not, but I want to run it by you anyway. We should get Sayori. We should let Sayori know about me. Now, I think Monica is the only one who should know. I think the other girls, seeing as they're not self-aware in the game, I think that Monica should be the only one that you're revealing that information to. She's the one who had the epiphany about the game. Wait, first you tell me not to tell anyone, now you want me to? Yeah, I know what I said last night, but that's insane. She'll never believe me. She'll think I'm just playing a trick on her, like he stopped suddenly. Like how you have in the past, right? Despite how he's portrayed in the game, I don't think Meji's a bad guy. Maybe a bit insensitive, but not that it's all his fault. Meji, I'm not saying we tell her everything. I'm just saying that we tell her that I'm another personality that emerged recently or something. I can tell her I have memories of a life that I've never really lived, and that I woke up in your body. I say you and I can communicate with each other and that we're working on a way to let you take control again. Sayori is going to think that you are crazy. Like Meji said, she is not going to believe a word of this. The only one who would believe any of this would be Monica, because she had the epiphany about the game. And so for her, it would not be that far-fetched of an idea for the real-world person to somehow get absorbed into the game. And her... excuse me. And her club? I pause. I hadn't thought it through completely the night before. Another scenario plays out in my head. What if Sayori doesn't invite Meji to the club after all I told her what was going on today? You have a point. How annoying. Sayori might not take us to the club that day. I still think telling her is a good idea. Maybe instead of telling her alone, we tell them all at once. Why? What good is that going to do? Maybe the other members of the club can help too. How? How are they going to help? Yuri may know of some way to let you come... Yuri? What, like, what would she know about how to fix this situation? And we're going to need Monica's help too. Monica is the only one who could potentially help in any way. But does Monica had the epiphany yet? Or did she? Just Monica in game sees her just Monica. That makes a bit more sense. So, are you going to act like me today? I'll do my best. Well, okay, Morbius, given the little laugh that you did earlier, I'm assuming that Monica actually is going to somehow not have the epiphany. That's my prediction. But if you don't think we should do that, then we can just stay home and experiment or relax. This is your body, after all. I think what you say makes sense. You can act like me today, but I have the right to change my mind, okay? I have no problem with that. I would say shake on it, but that'd be redundant. Har har. Oh, I'm a funny guy. Alright, let's text Sayori and ask if she wants to hang with us today. But first, Meji, where's your wallet? If you tell others about the game, they will likely be very pissed off with Monica and not constructive. Yeah, that's a good point, Naifu. On my desk, I spot a small brown wallet. I open it and counted out the bills. Geez, how rich are your parents to be able to afford giving all this money? It's a part of my allowance. I don't really go out much since I've been saving it. For what, a car? Nothing in particular. I'm just not very social. I get that. I'm the same. I grab a pair of jeans and a black t-shirt with a hoodie to match. Alright, now let's text Sayori. I'm gonna need your help too. I don't know the layout of your city. What's your city's name anyway? I've been relegated to internal GPS, and it's Kozai. Oh, stop. If I knew how to let you take control, I'd give it back. And Kozai, huh? Good to know. What's the name of the school? Sakura Academy. Of course it is. I look through Meji's contacts and find his parents, Sayori and someone named Aiko. Who's Aiko? My older sister. She's away at college right now. Okay, that was definitely something not mentioned in the game. I wonder if that was her room across the hall. Well, I mean, it pretty much confirms that it was her room across the hall. Wow, I didn't realize he had an older sister. I decided to tease him in an attempt to relax him a bit, as well as get a little bit of revenge for all the times he teased Sayori. Okay, so apparently the player cares a lot about Sayori. Is she hot? Hey, I'm kidding, I'm kidding. You about to head out, hun?
Yes, sure.
But is she? I snicker a bit. Sakura, most stereotypical name. Yep. Yes, it is the most stereotypical name. Cut it out. Alright, alright. Does she live on campus? Yes. He sounds grumpy as he says that. Sorry if that bursts your bubble. Come on, don't be mad. I won't do anything like pursue your hot sister. Yeah, okay. The player is being a creep right now. He's inside Meji's body, and he's saying, oh, you know, I'm in your body, and I might try to pursue your potentially hot sister while I'm in your body. That's... Alright. So let's block these advertisements here. Alright. I take out Meji's phone and shoot a text off to Sayori. Sayori, hey, it's Meji. Want to go and have some fun today? It takes me a while because I'm not used to sending a text using a flip phone keypad. Now we play the waiting game. A few moments later, a reply comes through. It's a VN game, not a hentai game in-game Caesar. Yes, thank you, Naifu. The player was definitely being kind of a creep right there. That's a little disturbing. Yes, what are we gonna do? I feel my heart speed up as soon as I see the words. I can tell this is coming from Meji, though. Sam, you're heading out because of the joke, or like you're like legitimately heading out? Guess he has a crush on her. What would Sayori like to do? I wonder this aloud, mostly to myself. I'd imagine if she's the kind of gal who'd enjoy anything as long as others are happy. Does your city have arcade games and parks? Oh, and good restaurants too? I know a few places, yeah. Perfect. I sent Sayori a reply. We can go to the park, the arcade, maybe see a movie, and get something nice to eat after if we have time. Alright, good, Sam. We're happy to have you here. You make it sound like a date. He sounds flustered now. I didn't agree to this. Stop it right now. Calm down. This is a good way to start making it up to Sayori for how distant you've become, as well as a great way to reconnect. Besides, I know you like her. I don't like her like that. Now he sounds like Natsuki. Dude, think about it for a second. You and I have a chance to rekindle your friendship with her. Isn't it worth a bit of embarrassment? While waiting for his response, Sayori texts back. Ooh, those all sound fun. What time? I know. I show Meji the text. I hear him sigh. Damn it. Alright, you win. Just don't do anything weird to her, okay? After the weird shit that he just said about your sister, I'd be very paranoid about that if I were Meiji. Thanks, and don't worry, I won't. She's your crush after all. I shoot Sayori another text. I'll stop by your house at 10:30. See you then. I smile, close the phone, and begin gathering clothes for the day. You better know what you're doing. Yeah, I hope I do too. I head downstairs and smell something cooking. I see Meji's mom at the stove cooking what smells like scrambled eggs. She sees me and smiles. Good morning, sweetie. Did you sleep okay after last night? Yeah, I did. Good. Glad to hear it. Breakfast is almost ready. Yeah, I'm going to take a shower. Oh, wait. Okay, I'm going to take a shower and then I'll be right out. Okay. It takes me a few minutes to shower. Meji says nothing the whole time. It's strange taking a shower in a stranger's body. I close my eyes for the most part. When I head out into the kitchen again, I see Meji's mom just beginning to set the table. Breakfast for me is eggs and toast. Same for her, albeit with a nice hot cup of coffee. Ooh, you're dressed up today. Going out? Yeah, Sayori and I made plans. Really? That's great. You haven't seen her in a while, have you? Yeah, true. I kind of miss those times. Anything special plans? Not really. I just thought of it this morning. Well, why not take her to that cafe we all used to go to? What cafe is she talking about? When we were kids, our parents would sometimes take us to this one cafe and get us hot chocolate and cinnamon buns. Oh, that sounds like a great idea. And I just noticed, but we're talking to each other without me talking aloud. Good to know we can do that. Yeah, you won't look crazy. Well, I mean, you discovered that you could do that last night when you were laying in bed and you were thinking to yourself, and he responded to your thoughts. So you already knew that you could do that. Heh, true. Hey, yeah, that's a good idea, Mom. Heh, your mom's no dummy, Meji. What else are you gonna do? Go wherever the mood strikes us, I guess. Well, take it from a woman with experience, Meji. Girls like the guy to plan out dates like this. Mom, it's not that sort of thing. Meji and I both get embarrassed. Oh, how cute. I give up. I shrug in defeat as Meji's mom laughs hard. Relax, Sweetie, I'm just teasing. I don't know. If it were me in this situation, I feel like I wouldn't get embarrassed by that. Fine. Now eat up. You've got a long day ahead of you. Try and be back before dark, okay? Okay, I will. After breakfast, I go freshen up a bit more. I brush my teeth and comb my hair to make myself look presentable. I didn't realize your mom was that kind of mom. Yeah, it's annoying at times. I'm sorry. It's fine. I can deal. Meiji makes a small grunt and goes back to being silent. As I head to the front door and put on some shoes, Meiji speaks up. Hey, I'm sorry about earlier. Nah, don't be. I'm scared too, believe me. Also, thank you for believing me about this world being a game. Well, I don't quite believe you. That's understandable, but I promise it's the truth. I wouldn't make something that silly up in this situation. I guess not, but I'm still skeptical. I understand. Mom, I'm heading out. Oh, wait. Meji's mom comes running to the door and thrusts a few bills into my hand. Mom, what are you doing? You're giving my man some money for his date, dear. My man? Wow. That's not a term I usually hear a mother refer to their son as. It's not a date. Oh, my sweet boy is blushing. Yeah, just take it. She's pretty persistent when it comes to this. She did the same thing with Aiko when she went out on dates. Really? Yeah, it's annoying, I know, but just bear with it. Okay, fair enough. I put the money in Meji's wallet. Alright, thanks, Mom. Well, I'm off. Of course. Have fun. She heads back inside. Sighing, I open the door and step outside. A cold autumn breeze immediately washes over me as I inhale out of reflex. Chilly, shivering. I look back inside and notice a coat hanging on a hanger next to the door. This yours? Yep. I put it on and walk out onto the street. When we get onto the street, I turn and take a picture of Meji's house from the angle as it's seen in the game. So, where's Sayori's place? It's not too far away, I'll lead you to it. I look up and see the scene from the very first moments of the game. Not surprising, really. Wait, were those lights always there? Not important right now. I take another picture, then head to the house. Meji leads me a few houses away. Is it okay if I just walk in? Yeah, I did it all the time. Her family almost never keeps the door locked. Well, hold on. Probably not, actually, because you haven't seen her in a while. It'd be a little bit rude to just, after not seeing her for so long, to just walk into the house and assume that you'd get the same welcome after not talking to her for a long time. So, if it were me, I probably would have said, yeah, we should probably knock. Alright. I throw Sayori's front door open. Sayori, I'm here. I hear a shuffle from upstairs. Is that you, Meji? Come on in. Oh, sure thing. I walk inside. Wow, nice house. It really is. The door in the corner opens and someone walks through. Meji-kun, it's nice to see you. It's been a while. Whoa. Does Sayori have an older sister? This is Sayori's mom, Fujioka Sayako. I normally call her Fujioka-san. Her mom? No way. She looks so young. Yeah, sorry for not stopping by more often. What are you doing here? Well, I invited Sayori to spend the day with me. I hope that's alright. It was a spur of the moment kind of thing. Oh my, that's adorable. She's still in her room. I don't mind you two going out as long as you bring her back at a good time. My cheeks flush. Of course I will. Sayori's mother makes her way to the stairs. Sayori, Meji-kun is here. Coming. She'll be down soon, dear. Wait a minute. Why were there question marks there? She's talking to Sayori. So, yeah, I don't know. To me, it's pretty obvious that that's Sayori, but I don't know. She'll be down soon, dear. No rush. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got some cooking to do. Not a problem. Sayori's mom heads back into the kitchen. Soon I hear a door close upstairs. Judging from the jump in heartbeat I feel, I have a pretty good idea who this is going to be. Someone comes flying down the stairs. Despite her different hair color, that red bow can only mean that the teen in front of me is Sayori. That'll be fixed in the next update. Yeah, Morbius, by the way, don't take anything that I'm saying about the mod personally, because I do this with literally every mod I play. Like, any minor things that I notice here and there, I always point them out just for the purpose of making, I guess not only constructive commentary, but also just commentary in general. But yeah, don't take anything that I say about the mod personally, because so far, yeah, it's a really good mod. I'm just, I'm always that guy that points out things that I notice in mods like this. Despite her different hair color, the red bow can only mean that the teen in front of me is Sayori. You should have heard the thrashing review I got once. A thrashing review? I guess somebody didn't like the mod, I'm assuming, or somebody passionately disliked the mod. Despite her hair color, that red bow can only mean that the teen in front of me is Sayori. Hey Sayori, it's been a while. I utilize the nervousness I feel from Meji into my own performance. I smile sheepishly. I hope I didn't wake you. I know how you like to sleep in. From the kitchen I hear Sayori's mom chuckle. Man. So, like, were they angry about the mod? Like, were they, like, just angrily tearing into the mod? Or were they, just, like, making critique after critique after critique and just being really mean about it? From the kitchen I hear Sayori's mom chuckle. He's got you pegged, sweetie. Mom, meanie. Sayori directs that last word at me. I bet Meiji's mom and Sayori's mom are best friends from how similar they are. I'm kidding. I reach over to ruffle her hair. She seems to relax. But seriously, I hope I didn't wake you from a nice dream. Nope, I was already awake. Same old Sayori. Let me just grab my things and then we can go. As Sayori gets her belongings, I decide to tease everyone once. Type beforehand, there's a 10 to 25 second delay. Yeah, being pretty mean about it. Then again, they had a few good points. I decided to tease everyone at once. I call out to the kitchen. Thank you for letting me borrow your daughter. I'll have her home before dinner. So, people who are going to be, like, super mean about a DDLC mod, I feel like that says more about them than the person that made the mod. Because it's like, why would you be mean about something like that? Like, you know, you can point out things that you think are wrong. Like, even the mod that I dislike the most, which would be exit music. I think that there are many things that are very wrong with that mod. But I don't say that... that's anything against the person who made the mod. I say, you know, like, I do think... Because I even point out, when people ask me about it, that I respect the work that went into exit music. I just think that there's a lot of things wrong with it. And I don't think that's being mean. I think that's just letting people know how I feel. And when I did play it, I did point out all the things that I thought were wrong with the mod. But again, I respect the work that went into it. And so I think that you can think there are severe flaws in a mod, but you don't have to be an asshole about it. And I think if you are being an asshole, then, well, that probably means that your life is kind of empty, and you should probably find something else to send that energy towards. Fujioka-san comes out. Ara, it's like you're taking my daughter out on a date. Sayori's mom leaves just as our faces both flush red. It's not really a date. I feel my own nervousness mixing with Midji's, but I struggle for control. Come on, Sayori. Alright, Midji. She puts on her shoes. Have fun, you two. Sayori's mother chuckles, and I can hear the amusement in her voice as the door shuts behind us. Sorry about Mom. Sayori looks a bit nervous and worried. I think I try and think what to say to put her at ease. Don't worry about it. I know how she is. My mom's similar. Now let's just enjoy the day, shall we? Yeah, where are we going first? Well, since I'm guessing you haven't had any breakfast yet, why don't we go get some food? Yes, please. Off to that cafe then. Just follow my directions. Alright, but let's make this fun. Perfect. Now I want you to close your eyes. How come? I want it to be a surprise. Come on, I'll lead you. Reaching over, I take her hand. Sayori's cheeks flush a bit the moment I take her hand. She closes her eyes. I'm ready. I begin leading her down the street. As we walk, Meiji begins imitating a standard computerized GPS voice. Keep going straight forward for 2.4 meters, then left. At least he's making jokes. He's coping, which is more than I would be able to do in his situation. Cheeky bastard. As we walk, I take in the scenery before me. The neighborhood is a bit higher up than the rest of the city. Probably middle class. The neighborhood itself appears to appeal to the better off, with most of the houses being 2 stories with an occasional 3-story house. Michi leads me down the street towards an apparently older section of the suburb. The buildings look a lot older than where Meji's house is. I make sure to keep an eye on Sayori. We keep walking until I spot a cafe. I stop in front of the entrance. Is this the place? Yep. Pretty old school. I like it. We're here. You can open your eyes now. Sayori slowly opens her eyes. Meiji, you remembered? I remember a lot of things. Come on, let's go inside. What mod do I think is the most generic from the stuff I've played? The most generic mod I've played. Probably Monica Before Story. Now let's get you something to eat. Cinnamon buns. She loves the buns from here. That makes sense. Good call. How many cinnamon buns do you want? 3. I look over at the display and see that the buns are almost as big as her head and practically covered in glaze. Really? You sure? Mm-hmm. Anything to drink? Hot chocolate. Same old Sayori. Same old Sayori. I ruffle her hair a bit. Hey, meanie. Hey, meanie? Why? That wasn't a mean thing to say. That was endearing, if anything. Sayori pouts at me. I hold up my hands and surrender. Alright, sorry. I'll only forgive you if you get me 4 buns. 4, Sayori. Are you sure you can eat that much? Yep. I sigh, looking at the line of customers. Okay, Caesar, did you do the true tour in Monica Before Story? It's a completely different game. True route. You mean the one where you're with Monica at the end? I believe I did do that route. Fine, 4 buns. Why don't you go find us a place to sit while I get the food? No point in the both of us standing in line. Alright. Sayori dashes off to a corner seat. I get in line and wait to order. Well, phone about to die. Hope you can break YouTube. I'm gonna do some Rendazuking in BF4. Alright. Alright, see ya, Troy. Sayori dashes off to a corner seat. I get in line and wait to order. Hey, do you drink coffee? I do. Black, please. Damn, I hate coffee, but perhaps Meji's taste buds are different than mine. I wait in line until it's my turn. I approach the counter where I'm greeted by a smiling cashier about my age. Hello, sir, and welcome to Cafe Forte. What can I get for you today? The name on her badge says Kotonoha. May I have 4 of your cinnamon buns, a tall hot chocolate, the sausage, breakfast bagel, and a medium black coffee, please? Make that a large, please. Your digestive system is going to hate us in the morning. Why? Sorry, make that a large coffee. Of course, is there anything else? Nope, that should do it, thank you. Would you like us to heat up the cinnamon buns? Sayori used to love getting them heated up if I remember right. Yes, please. Thank you, sir. That'll be 3,094 yen. Her cheerful behavior is infectious, and I return her customer service smile with one of my own. 3,094 yen? That seems... Hold on a second. What would that be? Because if I remember correctly about Japanese yen, I think that would be a lot, wouldn't it? Unless the value of the yen has gone pretty far down. Okay, well, no, not that much. About $30, and considering 4 cinnamon buns, sausage, bagel, large coffee, I guess... I mean, the cinnamon buns are huge, so yeah, actually, that's a pretty accurate price, I guess. I pay for the food, step to the side, and wait for my order to be processed. The people ahead of me grab their orders and rush out. Oh yeah, tell me a bit about your sister. What's her major? She's a lot more of a free spirit than I am. Her major in high school is linguistic communications or something like that with a minor in library studies. Why do you care about his sister? She was the president of the literature club when she was in high school before it disbanded, after all. Alright, so there was a literature club at the high school before, and then it disbanded, and then Monica made the new one? Okay. Wait, she was in the literature club? Why was it disbanded? All the members graduated. I signed relief. Makes sense. Sir, here's your order. I turn around and see the cashier looking at me expectantly. On the counter is a tray with 2 coffee mugs, one with my coffee and the other with a hot chocolate. Next to them are the breakfast bagel and the cinnamon buns wrapped up neatly. Alright, thank you. I take the tray. You're welcome and enjoy. Our pastries are second to none, after all. Huh, interesting girl. She turns back to the register to help a young-looking couple. I look back at Sayori. I guess she really does have depression. Don't you worry, we can help her manage that. You just see her with a somber look on her face and you assume it's her depression? Maybe she actually does have something else on her mind. I set the tray down loudly. Wakey, wakey, Sayori. All our food is here and ready. What do you know? I rhymed. Well, I mean, if you're assuming that she had that look on her face because of depression, then that was kind of a mean thing to do. Ah, sorry, Meji, I was spacing out. I reach over and flick her forehead a bit. Try not to do that so much. Ow, meanie. Well, this meanie just paid for 4 of those cinnamon buns you like so much. Sayori begins drooling. Itadakimasu. Sayori grabs the first bun and takes a massive bite out of it. I chuckle, rip off a small portion from another and take a bite. So good. I take a bite. No kidding, this really is good. The buns are, to my surprise, somewhat crisp on the outside with a heavenly soft and warm center. The glaze only enhances the experience of the little bit of bun I have. Man, these are good. I regret not getting one for me. Although knowing you, you'd just steal it from me. You know, you're doing a good job of imitating how I'd tease her at least. I try. Sayori suddenly looks nervous. If you want, I can split one with you. Bonus Ducks 22. Hey, I've played this mod before. Is this mod fully released? I believe it is now. If I'm, like, I think it's a full release, isn't it? I think there's going to be updates, according to what Morbius said, but, yeah, I think this is a full release. Morbius can confirm that. I hold up my breakfast bagel. Alright. She sounds a bit uncertain, but only for a moment before returning to her food. I take a bite of my food. The bagel is plain. Inside there's a square of scrambled eggs, cheddar cheese, and a round sausage patty. Gotta go pull a friend out of a ditch. Have a good one, everybody. Hope you enjoy your playthrough. Thank you, Pocket Trox Miguel. And good luck with your friend. The breakfast bagel is just as savory and full of umami as the bun is sweet and fluffy. The food in this world is a lot better than mine. Or maybe we Japanese have a better handle on food than you fat Americans. Wow, racist much? His tone is teasing now. Oi, not fair. I'm not fat. Who says Sayori is the only one I get to tease? You sneaky little devil. I take a sip of coffee. I'm not a coffee fan, but with these new taste buds, I see why Meji likes it black. It's got a bitter taste, but in an enjoyable way. I continue to eat and watch the bagel down with sips of coffee. Sayori is already on her second bun. Her face is all messy and sticky. I chuckle and hand her one of the damp towels the restaurant gave us. You should wipe your face. Taking the towel from me, she wipes her mouth clean, then resumes eating. However, just as quickly, she gets her face messy again. I decide to ignore it until she's finished. What would you do in a situation like this? Ask her how she's been. The last time we ever really talked was a few months ago when she first talked about forming her club, or ask her about her club. I take another bite of the breakfast bagel and wash it down with coffee. Hey, how's your club been? It's been a while since we've spent time together like this, and we hardly ever get to see each other at school. It's going great. We started a month ago after our president quit her last club. Our club president is a really good leader, and the other members are pretty cool in their own way. You're vice president of the literature club, right? Yep. So what do you guys do in that club? Do you sit in a circle and read books aloud? Do you discuss your favorite books and the merits of each? We mostly just do our own thing. Natsuki reads her manga, Yuri reads bigger books, and Monica spends a lot of her time trying to come up with activities for us to do together, but she also writes sometimes too. Last week, we read a book Yuri recommended called Sense and Sensibility. That was fun, although Natsuki didn't really think so. Wait, did you mention Monica? Huh? Oh yeah, I did. Do you know her? Does she have long hair, white bow, green eyes? Because if so, I do know her. She and I were in the same class last year. We actually didn't talk much. What? Really? I chuckle at Sayori's cute reaction. I also feel my heartbeat increase. Huh, guess I really do have a crush on her. Good to hear. Let's turn the charm up to a 10. Didn't you just say earlier that you were not going to do anything weird with Sayori? Also, hasn't it already been established that he has a crush on her? I feel like that was established like earlier this morning. It had been a little while since I'd read that Jane Austen book, but I decided to ask anyway. So what did you think of the book you guys read last week? Willoughby's a meanie. The way he leaves Marianne is just stupid. All for money? That's dumb. Right, the story's coming back to me now. Don't you ever remember when Willoughby came by to see Marianne when she was sick near the end of the book? Remember that talk he had with Eleanor? Yeah, but he didn't have to be so mean. Yeah, that's fair. Who's your favorite character? Marianne. I was so happy when she ended up with the Colonel. Sorry, I was laughing because the last visual novel that I was doing a live stream of was the KFC dating sim. Which, if you haven't seen that yet, then go back a few days ago on my channel. Or you can also find them on Twitch and DLive. And watch that because it is absolutely incredible. It is nothing short of meme comedy gold. Mine's actually Edward. I admire his loyalty and his refusal to bow to the pressure he was put on with his engagement to when his engagement to Lucy came to light. Realization comes into Sayori's eyes. Wait, you read Sense and Sensibility? Just Sanders, yeah! Garrett S., just Sanders. I could never deny a fellow chef. Whoa, calm down there. Okay, I sent a message in staff chat for when you have done the stream before we're gonna do okay. But I thought you only read manga. But if I remember right, Mom has a copy of the book somewhere in the house and a movie version. I saw the book on the kitchen table a few weeks ago. Mom likes those types of books, and I guess curiosity got the better of me. It's not something I'd normally read, but I actually did enjoy it. Speaking of, I should look to see if there's a manga version. That's the Meiji I know. Good save. I never had read such a story myself. It was part of a college class a couple of terms ago. You should really give it a read sometimes. So what else have you guys been doing? We tried reading some short stories, but that didn't quite work out as Monica hoped. Natsuki wasn't much of a fan of the ones Yuri picked, and Yuri didn't like the manga Natsuki hoped to read. Good to know someone in that club has the sense to realize manga is literature. Damn right. You'd like her. Her tone is strained, like she's forcing a smile. Sounds like it if she's half as awesome as you are. I don't like the way she said that. Me neither. Excuse me. Where do you guys meet up? It's in a classroom for third-year junior high schoolers. Third-year junior high. That comes to 9th grade if I remember Japanese schooling right. Yeah, I think it's the same way in Korea. Whoa, an entire classroom? Isn't that a bit big for only 4 people? That was where the old literature club met, and when Monica went to apply to restart the club, restart the club. She was told there were no normal classrooms available anymore. Well, a nice big space only means there's room to grow. Yep. So what about you? What have you been doing? I feel a wave of guilt wash over me from Minji. Not much, I'm afraid. School, anime, manga, games, and sleeping on the weekends, that sort of thing. That's not good. You need to be more active. I know, that's why I wanted to do something fun today. I just woke up and felt different. On the nose. No way. Different how? I think a thoughtful look, as if I was trying to compose my thoughts. Was it an unofficial thing or a Japanese KFC giveaway? No, Naifu Waifu, this was legit. It was commissioned by the KFC company. Like, they hired a professional to make this thing, and it's available to play on Steam for free. For the longest time, I felt like I was a puppet on strings, just following a set schedule. I'd get up, go to school, come home, do homework, watch anime, or read manga, then go to sleep. It's gotten monotonous. Speak for yourself. I enjoy it, kind of. When I woke up this morning, I had a realization. I don't want to let my last year of high school be as dry and boring as the others. I want to have fun with my friends, and you're the only real friend I have, even if we've been drifting apart slowly. I decided that starting today, I want to reconnect with you and try to make other friends too. I'm happy to hear that. Good, now finish up your bun. We're going to have a fun day today, and starting tomorrow, we're going to spend time together like we used to, after your club, of course. I hope you know what you're doing. Believe me, so do I. I need her to invite me to the club, after all. I can't change too much yet. You don't have to go through all that trouble. Hey, I like spending time with you. I begin cleaning up my side of the table. You know, why does Sayori have to invite you to the club? Couldn't you just say, hey, I'm interested in your club. Do you mind if I come check it out? You still gonna finish that bun? Oh yeah. Sayori picks up the last bun, but to my surprise, she breaks it in half, handing me the bigger piece. Here you are. Huh? You sure? She nods and extends it towards me. I take a hold of it and take a big bite. The sweetness overwhelms me this time, and I have to balance the sweetness with the coffee's bitterness. Finally, the table is clear of all food. That was delicious. Yep, it was. So, what's next? I hold Meji's phone. The time is now a few minutes past 11. Why don't we go walk off all the calories we just ate, then we can go to the arcade. Yay! She wipes her face. I'm gonna clean up and meet you outside. Alright. Sayori stands up and rushes to the exit. I throw out the garbage, place the tray on top of the others, and follow. Sayori's on her phone, busily texting someone. The day is a bit warmer, but with the cold of late autumn still hanging in the air. Who are you texting? She quickly hides her phone. Secret. Okay. Fine with me. I pretend to be hurt. I can't be too sure, but I think she's texting someone from the literature club about me joining. I mean, that would make the most sense. Eh? Meiji, I didn't mean. She looks away. Hey, I'm kidding. I'm not the kind of guy who'd pry on your secrets. So, shall we go to the park? Yep. She falls into step with me as silence falls. I feel my heartbeat increase once again. Wow, it hasn't changed at all. It really hasn't. Well, I will say the company changed. They've grown cuter. I'd never say that. So the player's doing a terrible job keeping his promise of not saying anything weird to Sayori. But you would love to, right? But it's embarrassing. She likes it though. Look. Cute? Yeah, you're very cute. It's one of the things I like about you. And how silly you are. I miss it. Thanks. Jackpot, we scored some points with Sayori, but it's not me doing it. Don't worry, we'll tell everyone. And I know you really want to tell Sayori all of this, so it is you telling her in a sense. Sayori isn't the girl I'm after anyway. Really? Who are you after? Secret. Why are you after any of them? Why are you after any of, like... The player really is kind of a creep. Wow, okay. Don't worry about it. I drive, you navigate, amigo. Yeah. So, Sayori, you've barely scratched the surface. How's your family been lately? They're doing great too. Dad's off on a business trip right now and he won't be back until after the festival. Oh, and Mom's pregnant. My jaw drops. And I'm pretty sure Meiji does too. Holy, Sayori, that's fantastic. I see the others looking at us with confused expressions nearby. Feeling embarrassed, I lower my voice. You're gonna have a new little brother or sister. That's amazing. I'm happy too. Do you know when the baby is gonna show up? I can't remember. April, I think. Good. This is huge news. I hope we survive this. I want to see the little guy or girl. We will, bro. Well, how about school? Keeping up with your studies? It's going alright, but I should be asking you that question. Heh, you're busted. Oh, shut up. I raise my hands and surrender. Heh, you caught me. Honestly, I'm worried about you. You spend so much time inside with your manga and games, I'm worried you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. If you're not careful, you'll become a NEET. Well, Sayori, in the last scene at the coffee shop, the player just said that he was going to try and enjoy his final year of high school. And you said that's great to hear. I'm so proud of you. Why are you having this conversation again? You don't have to be worried anymore. It's just like it's a dialogue rehash at this point. Maybe it's just an oversight. Your happiness is important to me, you know. Yes, I know. That's why I wanted to do something today to start off a brand new me. Har har. Yeah, I was surprised when you invited me out. You haven't in a while. Yeah, well, I aim to change that. As we walk, a thought comes to mind. Alright, you know her better than I do in certain areas, right? Why don't you ask something you want to know? I ask her if she's still... Oh, what did she do again? Oh, yeah. She collected seashells when we were kids. Seashells, huh? Really? Alright. Hey, on another note, you collected seashells, right? Yeah, I did. Whoa, Sayori collecting seashells? That's not something mentioned in the game or wiki. Although I suppose I can see her doing that. Are you still doing that? Not as much. Since I helped start the literature club, I haven't had as much time. I haven't been as active lately. She pinches her stomach. I've gotten a bit, flabby. I move forward and begin tickling her stomach. Not there. I'm ticklish. She squirms and I laugh. I can hear Meiji laughing as well. Why don't you feel... Well, you don't feel flabby, hee-hee, or flabby for that matter. You're fine. I'm sure you've put just as much work into your club as you do collecting seashells. We've walked around the park once by this point. I then hear Sayori's stomach growling. Sorry, Meiji, I guess those puns weren't enough. We're passing some public bathrooms with a few vending machines nearby. Alright, when we stop and get a snack, it's still a bit early for lunch. Yay! We head on over to the vending machines. As Sayori is busy drooling over the various choices, I look more closely at the world around me. It certainly looks real. The brands I see look similar to the ones I'm familiar with, but the names are weird. Fansa? Yamune? Why are the brand names off by a letter or two? Well, that's not important now. I kneel and pick up some dirt and rub it in my hands. The dirt is incredibly real, and I feel it between my fingertips, watching the excess fall to the ground gently. So Meiji's about to ask, what the hell are you doing? I gently pinch myself and feel the slight pain. Everything around me is so realistic. Meiji had nothing to say about what he just did there. Looking back, I see Sayori standing in front of a vending machine. I can see her salivating as I walk up. Meiji, look, this is new. She points to the vending machine. I look at it and see that it's a new type that can provide a small pizza in minutes. Ha, calm down. I'll get it for you. Before she can protest, I slip a 1,000 yen bill inside and press the button. An automated voice tells me it'll be a few minutes before the pizza's ready. I grab my change and then buy a soda, small sandwich, and some chips from another couple of machines. I sit down on a bench with Sayori, who will steal glances at my food, sighing as if acquiescing to her. I turn the bag of chips her way. She gleefully begins eating. Meiji, any other questions we can ask her? Oh, sorry, I was reminiscing. What about? Meiji shows me a memory. He shows you a memory? Okay, I guess he can do that, but how did he know he could do that? I see Meiji and a childhood Sayori run around while four adults, two of whom I recognize as Meiji's parents, sit and talk. Well, shouldn't you also recognize Sayori's parents? You saw Sayori's mom earlier today. I almost flinch as Sayori stumbles and skins her knee. She begins to cry and I watch Meiji rush to her side. I'm so busy looking at the past through Meiji's eyes that I don't hear Sayori calling out to me. Meiji, you okay? Huh? What? You okay? You were spacing out. Sorry, I was just thinking back to when we were kids and came here. I noticed that Sayori has her pizza ready. I point over to the spot I saw in Meiji's memory. Hey, there's that tree where you fell back when you and I were kids. I remember that. This place wasn't so crowded back then. You sound like an older adult when you say that. Good one. Meanie? Oh, meanie, am I? I hold up both my hands and make tickling motions. Ha 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 ha. Not the tickle monster again. A few seconds later, we both start laughing. Thanks, Meiji. I needed that laugh. Even I could have guessed something was wrong just from that sentence, I think. I like seeing you laugh. Makes me feel happy knowing I could help make you happy even in the smallest ways. You're too kind to me, Meiji. I learned that from the master. I give an exaggerated bow, and we both laugh. But my face falls a little bit later. Seriously, Sayori, you're the one who's been too good to me, more than I deserve. I can practically feel the guilt pouring off of Meiji. It's alright, if anything else, I forgive you. What I'm about to say is not a slight to you in any way. I know you're a good person. Meiji, are you alright? I smile sadly and shake my head. Not as much as I'd like. I haven't been the best friend, have I? What do you mean? I take a deep breath to calm Meiji and myself down. I turn to her again, the sad smile still on my face. Sayori, when was the last time we ever did anything like this? Just you and me, best friends hanging out together? Sayori comes over and sits next to me. I feel a comforting hand on my back as she runs it up and down. In that moment, I see someone mature and caring try to cheer up someone she cares about. Any hint of her normal childish behavior is gone, replaced with a mature and caring attitude, which reminds me a bit of her mother. Meiji, don't look so down. You didn't do anything wrong. But I did. I utilized Meiji's guilt mixed with mine at lying to her. I need to sound convincing. I smile sadly at her. Friendship is a two-way street, and you've put more work into walking that street than I have. Can you imagine having two personalities dating two different girls? Try explaining that one. Good observation, Sam. I woke up early this morning and realized what a jerk I'd been to you. Certainly feels like you're blaming me. Look, dude, we all make mistakes. Do you want to make this up to her? Yes, more than anything. She's my best friend and the girl I'm in love with. So we went from, I don't have a crush on her, to, maybe I do have a crush on her, to, oh, I'm fully in love with her. In a span of, like, what, 3 hours? You're heading out? Alright, see you later, man. Have a good day. Let me handle it until I find a way to let you take control. Alright, I hope I'm right in trusting you. Me too. Meiji, I forgive you. The maturity in her voice, in the voice of someone normally hyper and childlike, is a welcome surprise. What's even more a surprise is the sudden tender hug that Sayori suddenly gives me. I respond by hugging her back. Her hugs are so warm and comforting, I feel myself relax a bit. She holds me close, running... excuse me. I've been talking for 2.5 hours straight here. She holds me close, running her hands up and down my back. Hey, everything's okay, I promise. She strokes my hair softly. I chuckle a bit. I'm gonna make it up to you starting today, and tomorrow I'll wait around to walk home with you after your club ends. You mean it? You'll wait for me? Sure I will. I miss walking home with you. Yay! She finishes up her pizza and rubs her belly satisfied. That was good. Yeah, guys, my voice is starting to get kind of tired, so I'm going to take just a few moments to rest my voice and maybe get some coffee, because talking this much is really wearing me out. So just give me about 1, 2, maybe 3 minutes here, and I'll be back soon, and we'll do maybe another 30 minutes to 1 hour of this for the stream today. So I'll be right back, guys. Let me put on. Here we go. Here we go. Wrong picture. Damn. Let me change this. This is still from the Christmas special. Let me pick a different picture. Here we go. I haven't had to use this in a while. Okay, what can we use? Thanks, Morbius. Okay, alright. Just for the laugh here, I'm gonna use this. And let me... And this is somewhat appropriate because Valentine's Day is coming up. Alright, here we go. Be back in just a few minutes, folks. guys, I'm back. Side note, EverQuest 2 players that are in the Madrazo Militia, we now only need 1,097 more Heartstones, excuse me, to get the High Keep Guild Hall. So, we're getting close. If you know what that is, then you know what that is. If you don't, then, well, don't worry too much about it. Anyway, let me get the screen back up here. There we are. Alright, so got myself some coffee that'll help me wake up a bit. Drank a little bit of water for my voice. Now I'm feeling better. So we can keep going right where we left off. This was so good. Good to know. I'll try it sometime. Come on, we should head to our next venue, the arcade. Sayori runs up towards the park exit. I quickly threw the garbage away and run after her, but by this time, she's nearly out of sight. She must really love the arcade. Oh yeah, she does. When we were younger, her parents would give us about 2,000 yen each and we'd go nuts there. She especially loved the racing games. She always kicked my ass at those though. I wonder if our usernames are still listed in that racing game she and I used to play. You've got those here too? Oh hell yeah. I pump my legs harder, but it's obvious Meji's body isn't as in shape as my own. Soon we reach the arcade. Sayori is already sitting at the racing game looking at me expectantly. I walk over to a change-making machine. I put 1,000 yen in, and after taking and counting the change to make sure I wasn't shorted, I turn. She's still waiting. I make a show of cracking my knuckles and neck, then walk over and sit. Let the rematch of all rematches begin. Prepare to lose again. Whoa, this is a new side of her, new side to her I never expected. She is weirdly competitive when it comes to arcade games. Fair enough. I log into Meji's account. I see that Meji has put all the upgrades in every car. Jesus Christ, how much money did you sink into this game? More than I want to admit. Ready? Oh, bring it on. I'm so gonna kick your ass. Let's go! In total, I probably sunk about 5,000 yen of Meji's money into the matches. I'd lose some, Sayori would lose others, but we were evenly matched. We painfully trash-talk each other and generally had a good time. It helped that I knew how to drive, though. A few hours later, I look at my phone and realize it's later than expected. Whoa, it's late. I need to get you home. Aw, can't we stay, please? She gives me puppy dog eyes. No, I'm tired and it looks like you are too. I don't want you oversleeping and being late to school. Hey, Andin-ho, thanks for joining us. Good to have you here. Let me use the bathroom really fast. I use the bathroom as well and we leave. The sun is just beginning to set, the air is cooler, and Sayori is shivering despite her own coat. I chuckle when I see that and hand her my own. Wordlessly, she takes it and wraps it around her. We walk in silence for a bit. Hey, Meji? Yeah? Did you mean what you said when you said you'd just wait for me tomorrow? Wait, you'd wait for me tomorrow? Of course I did. I miss having those walks together. And I don't mind waiting. Might give me a chance to do homework. Ah, homework. Better there than at home. Too many distractions in your room. Homework? That's unusual for you. If I did homework at home, I wouldn't. Too many distractions. That's the Meji I remember. Promise me you'll wait? Yes, I promise. Yay, I can't wait. Well, here's where I leave you until tomorrow. Remember, don't be late getting up. I want to walk with my bestest friend in the whole wide world. Sayori blushes and is about to head inside when she stops and runs back, handing me Meji's coat. Almost forgot. Man. Sinuses are weird this morning. Ah, thank you. Have a good evening. You too. That was a good day, I gotta admit. We didn't do as much as I was expecting, but it was still fun, even for me as a spectator. Good, I'm glad you had fun. I walked through the gate to Meji's house. We should try and get some sleep, though. There's school tomorrow. Come on, man. At least let me watch a little anime. Alright, we can do that. Somehow my laptop from the real world made it here. From my world made it here and I have some anime on it we can watch. Only a couple of episodes, though. Then we should sleep. Deal. You're a long-time subscriber on Dinho? Well, thank you for subscribing, man. I'm glad you like my stuff. I'm home. Meji, is that you? I walk into the living room and see Meji's mom sitting on the couch reading a book. Meji's dad is sitting next to her holding a small brush and painting kanji color characters. The two turn towards me as I step into the living room. Hey mom, hey dad, welcome back. So how's your date? Date? I sighed, trying to sound exasperated. It wasn't a date, you guys. Hoo-foo-foo, try and deny it all you want. Jesus, this woman was quite the worrywart and busybody, but she's a very caring woman. Your mom told me you went out with Sayori. What did you two do? Not much. We went to that cafe for some breakfast. for her, and then we went to the park, and after that, the arcade. That's all. Meji's mom chuckles, and his dad smiles. Well, I'm glad you had a good day, sweetie. I'm about to get dinner started. Okay, I'll be down in a bit. What's on the menu tonight? Your favorite? I can feel Meji perk up. Okonomiyaki. Wait, what's that again? Only the best meal ever. My stomach growls at that, and I blush. Somebody's hungry. Haha, yeah, I am. Thanks, Mom. Why don't you get washed up? Will do. I'm sure Mom will want to hear more about this date of yours. Dad! You know how she gets. I sigh. Yeah, I know. I'll be right back. I take off my hoodie and make my way to the downstairs bathroom to wash my hands. Your mom is pretty chipper, and your dad seems like a good guy. Yeah, it's a bit embarrassing. Sorry about Mom. Right, I gotta keep remembering that Meji and the girls are teenagers. Nah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. I can tell your parents really care about you. I guess so. After I finish, I head into the kitchen and smell something amazing. Maybe it's because I'm in a different body, but the smell is beyond delicious. I see Meji's mom at the stove holding a strange-looking pan in her hand. It looks like 2 frying pans put together. Meji's dad is setting up dishes at the table. The 2 turn and see me. Hey, sweetie, why don't you sit down and tell us all about your date? Told you. Whatever. I've given up on her misconception. Take a seat. Taking a seat, I tell both of them how my day went. Meji's mom continues making dinner, and to her credit, doesn't interrupt my detailed account. After setting up the table, Meji's dad sits down and listens patiently to my story. Eventually, Meji's mom places something down in front of me. It looks like some kind of flat meat pancake, but it smells amazing. I eat 3 of them before I'm full. Hey, Gabe Mania. Thanks for joining us. My goodness, you must have been hungry. Well, I did have a busy day. Anime now, please? Yeah, hold on. Hey, you guys, I'm gonna head upstairs and relax now. I'm a bit tired from all that walking. Okay, just try not to stay up late, okay? I promise I won't. Good night, Meji. Night, Meji. Night, Mom. Night, Dad. When we get back to the room, I open my laptop and watch the first few episodes of my favorite anime. Meji enjoys every episode I watch. I look at the clock after episode 5. Damn it, we should be sleeping now. Oh, come on, one more episode? Now I see why Sayori and your mom are so worried about you. Fine, fine, but we're finishing it tomorrow. Fine, fine. I close the curtains, then pull out Meji's phone, plug it in to be charged, and set an alarm. What time do you set your alarm? 6:45? I set it for 6:30 instead, just so I can have time in the morning. I change into the pajamas I was in earlier. Good night. Good night. And with that, he's out like a light. Nice rhyme. I search for the school uniform and find it hanging up in the closet. Well, I'm ready for tomorrow. I turn off the light and get into bed and fall asleep. Monday, October 23rd, 2017. Tatsuo almost sounds like the Colonel himself. Well, no, you see, the Colonel has an accent, whereas Tatsuo doesn't have an accent. There's a very clear difference between the two. This is how the Colonel would be talking were he the one in this world. I turn off the alarm and sleepily set up. I can just talk like the Colonel with Tatsuo if that's what you guys want. Meiji, you up yet? I get no response. How does he do that? I open the shades, then head downstairs. I take a shower, then slip into the school uniform. It's been a while since I've tied a tie, but I eventually get it. Perfect. I pour myself a bowl of cereal and get a couple of slices of bread as well. Gotta get all those carbs, son. I look around for Meji's parents, but I don't see them. Probably at work. I wonder what they do anyway. When I'm finished, I feel Meji begin waking up. Good morning, sleepyhead. How's your night? Not bad, actually. So, we're waiting to walk Sayori home today? That's right. And we're gonna do actual homework, not just say we did. Homework. I feel Meji space out. Ignoring that, I wash my face and grab Meji's school bag and walk out. It's a beautiful morning just like yesterday. A bit colder, but according to Meji's phone, it's only 7:30 in the morning. Hey! I turn and see a bubbly little blur of energy running towards me. I wait for her to join me. Sorry, I overslept again. Oh dear, you seem to be doing that more and more recently. Although I hope me kicking your ass yesterday didn't tire you out too much. I kicked your butt just as much. But I'm sorry I'm late. Don't be sorry, I'm not mad, a bit concerned perhaps, but not mad. You don't need to be concerned, alright if you say so. As we head down the hill, I see other students coming out of their own houses and passing us as they head down the same hill. At the bottom of the hill, I see a large Japanese school, a junior high/high school mixture if Sayori's to be believed. See you after school. Alright, see you. After Sayori heads to her shoe locker, Meiji leads me to his. I change shoes and head down the halls. Meiji leads me towards his classroom, which is on the school's 3rd floor. The sign outside his room says 3A. Looking past, I can see classrooms like 3B, 3C, 3D, and more. Well, here we go. I enter the room and see, wow, nice change to the windows here. I actually kind of like that. I enter the room and see the classroom full of students. Right there, second one from the back against the window. I almost chuckle at the irony of that seat choice. I'm making my way towards it. Whoa, look who actually showed up on time. What? Alright, who's this? I'm immediately getting kind of like a bully vibe from this girl. So, let's see. Who's this girl? I don't remember her from the game. Wait, is she a Gyaru? Let's see, fake colored hair, blue eye contacts. Yep, definitely Gyaru. Who the hell's that? Roblox Speedway events. Hi, Roblox Speedway events. That's Tani Kozu. She's a popular girl in school and says stuff like that to me. I'll normally just ignore her and hope she'll get tired of me. No one in the class likes her too much. She's a popular girl, but nobody in the class likes her. Interesting. Oh, hell no. If there's one thing I've learned about bullies, is that they take silence as a challenge. Okay, so she is a bully. I was right. I can say the same for you, Tani. I'm surprised you're here after all you must have done last night. Who'd you spread your legs for this time, I wonder? A businessman? Politician? Your mom? Damn. Well, what did you just say to me, you little freak? I grin. What, are you hard of hearing as well as a fake bimbo? The entire class is silent and are turned towards the two of us. Stop, don't do this. Meiji sounds desperate now. Someone finally grew some balls. Shame I'm gonna have to break them. Ooh, scary. I bet some of your clientele love having their balls stepped on by a high school girl. Oh, that's it, you asshole. She swings at me. I duck at her fist, and her fist makes contact with the desk. It cracks. Strong arm you have there. How many did you have to jerk off to get like that? You're dead. Tani chases me around the room. Despite being in Meji's body, my instincts take over and I duck and dodge. Stop running, you coward. Ah, better not cry. No use getting that sexy, beautiful face all messy on my account. What did you just call me? Sexy and beautiful. What? Just because you're trying to kill me doesn't mean I can't recognize that you're very attractive. Physically, at least. Her eyes widen in shock, but whether it's from embarrassment or anger, I can't tell. What's going on in here? An older Japanese man walks in carrying a small suitcase, probably the teacher. Nothing, sensei, just a little disagreement between me and Tani-san. Are you sure it was just a little disagreement? I look down at Kozu's fist. Oh, yeah. I guess it was getting a bit heated before you came in. I bow apologetically. Sorry about that. Kozu slinks back to her chair, sitting down with a huff. I sit down. You're a reckless idiot. She's gonna have my head for this. Which, I remind you, is yours now, too. I don't know about that. Look, I glance over and see Kozu looking my way, her face still a bit flushed. She notices me looking over at her and turns away. I look away, and a few seconds later, my peripheral vision catches her trying to sneak a glance at me. So she's one of those stereotypes, huh? Tough girl on the outside, not quite a tsundere. She's going to kill us. I have some fighting experience, and even in this body, I can at least dodge her attacks. Don't we have more important things to worry about aside from this? Trust me, if she's the type I believe she is, she won't do anything that drastic. Fine, but if she kills us, I'm haunting you in the afterlife. Fair enough. I take out pen and paper and begin to take notes. Honestly, if I were in that situation, I probably would have done the exact same thing that the player did. So I feel like that was actually fairly accurate. Although I think most of that comes from the probably the bit of extra confidence you would have, like being in a body that's not yours. I think when you're in that scenario, it's like if you were in that scenario and you have that sort of sense of anonymity, similar to how people have more confidence to say what they want to say on the internet rather than in person. I feel like just because you have that sort of anonymity about you in that situation, that you would feel more confident to respond the way that the player did. The first morning classes fly by. The teacher lets us out for lunch a little early. Meiji spends the entire morning worrying about Kozu. I decide to go to the cafeteria and get something to eat. I head out, but suddenly a pair of strong feminine hands grab my blazer and push me against the wall of a smaller hallway where no one can see us. I'm face to face with Kozu now. Ah, I knew it. We're dead. I've got this. Yes, what is it, beautiful? Don't you dare call me that again or you will regret it. What, call you beautiful? You know what I meant. I smirk. Only if you leave me and everyone else alone. If not, let's just say I'm very good at Photoshop and can make you look bad. You wouldn't dare. I've taken your crap for long enough, Tani. Why should I have to anymore? My crap? This isn't going as bad as I thought. You've been in my face for too damn long. I can only take so much before I snap. I push her hands off me. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need food. Wait. She holds out her hand as if to stop me. Her expression softens. Yes? I turn to face her. I'm sorry. I always thought that you didn't mind it whenever I teased you. The girl I teased last year didn't seem to mind. That wasn't teasing. That was bullying. Be more mindful of your words. See ya. I turn and head down the hall. Cafeteria, left or right? Right? Michi leads me to the cafeteria. Suddenly, someone grabs my shoulder. Did you get into a fight with someone? News travels fast, I see. It wasn't really a fight. More like a match where I constantly had to dodge her. She didn't manage to hurt me. She? Who was it? You didn't try and hit her back, did you? Relax, Sayori. I didn't hit her. Whew, I'm glad. Who was it? Tani Kozu. Oh, her. Do you think that the girl Tani mentioned is Sayori? Did she do anything to you? Yeah, it was Tani, all right. My inner cinnamon bun protection instincts kick in. How dare she bully this bundle of sunshine? I'm regretting not laying her out now. I'll make sure she apologizes to you. No, don't bother. It's fine. Sayori, it's not fine. What she did is unacceptable. Stop. Her sudden exclamation startles me. I try to think of a rebuttal, but Meiji interrupts my train of thought. Just let her be. She is stubborn about this sort of thing. I can tell she's serious. Fine, I won't do anything. Promise? I promise, I won't do anything. I hug her a bit, then I hear cat calls from the other students. Sorry. It's fine. Do you want to eat lunch together? Okay, so how bored are these students if they're going to be catcalling just two people that are hugging each other? Oh, actually, I'm going to have lunch with the club members today. We have some club stuff to discuss. Oh, well, sorry if I'm keeping you from them. That's alright, I wanted to make sure you were okay first. Please promise me you won't get into any more fights. I can try my best. You'd better. I will. Alright, well, see you after class. Sure thing. Have fun. Once Sayori is gone, I head over to the ticket machines. Hey, this is Sakura Academy, a private or public school? Private. I'm guessing that the high school isn't a college prep school? How did you know? I guessed. As I stand in front of the ticket machine, I look over my options. I make a small show of pondering over the many different choices on the menu. What to eat today? That chicken curry looks good. I notice a picture of a plate of curry with rice, with the curry having chicken on it. My stomach starts to growl. Chicken curry does sound delicious. I select it and take the ticket over to the cafeteria staff and wait. Once I get my food, I head to a spot in the corner. As I look around and see someone familiar. Is that a curry? If you know, you know. Let's see. Purple hairpin? Check. Book? Check. Thermos of something I assume is tea? Check. Smiling as she reads? Check. Who's that? Remember when I mentioned Yuri? Yeah? Well, this is almost Yuri. This is evil Yuri. That's her. You said she was a member of the club, right? Yeah, I did. Now that you mention it, I have seen her a few times reading a book. Or reading a book, but hiding a knife inside. Yep, Gabe knows what's up. That makes sense. This is an alternate universe where, Akuri straightened herself out. She went back to high school and, she's currently trying to get her degree so that she can get into university. Or maybe it's all a ruse. Maybe she's trying to get close to the meta members. That makes sense. What are you going to do? Leave her be. It's a curry after rehab. Yeah, exactly. Leave her be. Why? 1, we don't know if meeting her earlier will affect the game, and 2, she wouldn't be comfortable. Well, what do you mean, would affect the game? You already affected the game a lot yesterday. You spent time with Sayori before you were supposed to spend time with her. Why are you wanting to be careful about this now? I think talking to other club members would increase your chances of getting into the club. Fair enough. Hey, that's my catchphrase. I know. Meiji chuckles. Alright. Yuri looks at her phone, then closes her book and heads out to the cafeteria, probably to go meet with the other club members. Meta Series 3 rules. Black-haired Yuri is not allowed in the club. We sit for a while in silence. Finally, Meiji speaks up again. So, you know more about me than I know about you. If your story is true, tell me a bit about yourself. Oh crap, I haven't told you much, have I? Well, what would you like to know? All you've told me is your name, really. Fair enough. Well, I'm a 21-year-old college student. I rented, I guess, a house with two other former classmates. I thought he lived with his parents. I thought it was established at the beginning that he was with that he lived with his parents, and his parents were on vacation somewhere. I mean, I guess it could be interpreted that he lives in the same neighborhood as his parents, and his parents are out of town. And he just, sees them very often. Oh, no, Morbius. That was a legit mistake? Okay, I was trying to figure it out. I was trying to figure out if I missed something or if that was a real mistake. Alright. When I'm not studying, going to school, or working, I enjoy anime, a few manga, games, and reading fantasy or science fiction books. I also do go to a gym occasionally. Back in my world, I'm not exactly what you'd call fit. Do you have a girlfriend? Nope, haven't had one before. Huh, well, it makes sense why you'd play dating sims. Hey, pot kettle called. He says you're black. Keep telling yourself that. Well, my mom and dad both work in finance and are pretty well off. I work as a lower scrub at the company they work for. So you got the job based off people you know? Not really, I had that job on my own. My parents asked them not to pull punches during my interview. I looked at the time. Crap, it's getting late. We should be getting back to class. Yeah, we should. I finished the rest of my food, then after taking the food tray back in, I head back to Meji's classroom. Kosei doesn't acknowledge me as I walk by. Soon class starts. Meji somehow falls asleep, leaving me to take better notes. Soon the day is over. As I'm cleaning my desk, I look over at Kosei. She looks lost in thought. Hello? Huh, what? Oh, it's you. She sounds almost defeated. What do you want? Kosei, school's over. Aren't you going home? Don't you dare call me by my first name. You of all people. This girl's pretty wishy-washy. Like, you know, first she was aggressive. Then she said that she's sorry because she didn't realize that she was hurting the players, or not the players, Meji's feelings by being so aggressive. Now she's being aggressive again. So it's like, which is it? Is she apologetic because she didn't realize she was crossing a line? Or is she still... Or did she like say that to save face and to make herself look better and she's still aggressive? I can make you regret what you did today and there are no witnesses. You apologized. Like, the confrontation is over. You apologized. Except for everyone on the internet. I take out my phone and snap a picture of her threatening me. She jumps back. What do you want from me? Well, that was a very quick reaction. All he did was take a picture. Now you're gonna start crying? I feel bad for her, but I'm not about to let Meji's life get any worse than it already is. So, I mean, if she is able to go from... I mean, if she's this mood swingy, then I'm honestly very surprised that she, one, would be a popular girl, although, as was said, she's a popular girl that nobody likes, which is a bit of an oxymoron. And two, that she would have the capability of bullying people and getting away with it when her feelings seem to be hurt pretty easily. I want you to leave me and everyone else you've bullied alone. I didn't know. Now you do, so you can't use that as an excuse anymore. And again, she's saying she didn't know. What? Girl, which is it? Are you lying when you say that you didn't know? That's gotta be the only explanation. That she's gonna continue being aggressive, and then anytime she gets called out on it, she's gonna say, oh, I didn't know. And then she's just gonna come across as this person who just doesn't learn from her own mistakes. Fine, have it your way. She grabs her bag and storms out, slamming the classroom door behind her. That slam is enough to startle Meji awake. What happened? Nothing you need to worry about. Go back to sleep. Okay. Meji immediately falls back asleep. How the hell does he do that? I sit back down at Meji's desk and pull out textbooks. I focus on the homework. I complete some math problems and read a few short stories assigned to the class. Time passes. I'm just getting started on a short 2-page paper. The door opens, I look over. Sayori is looking in nervously. Hey there. Oh good, you're still here. I thought you'd gone home already. Now why would I do that? My word is my bond after all. I just thought that after today you'd be too stressed. A promise is a promise. Ready to go? Yep. Okay, so now is the point where you actually kind of need to start worrying, because now the game has officially been affected. Sayori was supposed to invite you to the club today, and she did not. To sort of fix that problem, what the player should have done is, when Sayori did not give him the invitation, he should have asked if he could go check out the club. He should have said something like, "Oh, you know, I'm trying to be friends with you today. I'm trying to rekindle this friendship with you. So, how about I come and check out your club?" Great, let me pack my things and we can get going. I'll go wait outside. Before I can say anything, she bounds out of the classroom. Before I begin packing up and just then feel Meji waking up. Yes, but, well, Morbius, my point is, now the timeline, the characters were so worried about affecting the game and, you know, not having the events play out the way that they should. Well, now that's officially happened, because now Monday's over, and Sayori did not invite the player to the club. Wait, are we going to go with Sayori? What happened? She's waiting outside for us. I finished packing and throw the bag over my shoulder, like most anime characters do. By the way, is there a bookstore nearby? I was hoping to get a new manga and a book in preparation for tomorrow. There is actually, and it's on the way home. Great, I think Sayori will mind if we pay it a visit. I don't see why not. Why not? We can ask. Sounds good to me. I head down to the shoe locker and grab my shoes. I then head outside. The sun is low in the west. Looking at Meji's phone, I see it's just past 5 in the afternoon. Sayori is sitting on a bench, humming a happy tune to herself. She looks like a kid, swinging her legs back and forth with her eyes closed. When she sees me, she waves and stands over. The first day of DDLC is Tuesday, as there are only 4 days in the original game. I feel like that's up for interpretation, actually. I feel like that's up for interpretation, because you could just as easily also say that one of the medium days was skipped. So I guess either one would be valid. But if that's going to be the canon, then okay. Or if that's going to be the set of events in the series, then okay. Hey, ready? Yep. Good. By the way, is it cool if we stop by the bookstore first? I wanted to buy a couple new manga. More manga? Don't you have enough? You can never have enough manga. Meji. I raise my hand in defeat. Okay. You win. Tell you what, how about if I promise to buy an actual book and take you to get something small to eat after? Will you come? Alright, she begins to drool and nods. Great, let's go. The bookstore isn't too far away, about a block away from Meji and Sayori Street, according to my living GPS. I turn to Sayori. So, how'd club go today? It went great. We discussed a short story today. What story? I'd have thought that the vice president of the literature club would know what she read. Yeah, see, Avon, that's the point that... I was making, that you could just as easily say that one of the middle days was skipped, or that, as Morbius pointed out, that it was a 3-day weekend. It's on my tongue's tip. Although the 3-day weekend thing I don't really buy as much, because I think it's a little weird to say that they have a 3-day weekend and then they have a festival. I think that would just be bad planning on the school's part, so I don't think it's a 3-day weekend. I just assumed that in the times between the days, that one of the days in the middle of the week was skipped. Stop interrupting me, meanie. I chuckle and let her be. A Horseman in the Sky. Who's the author? Ambrose something? I can't remember the last name. I never read it. Is it good? It's sad. It's set during the American Civil War. Huh, why would they be reading American literature? American literature is just as much literature as Japanese literature, thank you. Well, what did the others think? Natsuki didn't like it. She said it was too fancy. Yuri loved it and was telling us what she thought about it a lot. Sounds like an interesting read even more. Too fancy? Yeah, it was a little fancy. There were a lot of descriptions in there. Yeah, Yuri probably liked that more than Natsuki. If you say so. I'm reasonably sure. Oh, we're here. It's smaller than I was hoping, but don't let my disappointment show. I don't let my disappointment show as I enter. Sayori immediately rushes off towards one of the aisles. I see two people working at the store, an older man and a teenage girl. The teen sees me and approaches me. This is the coffee shop girl. Welcome, dear customer. Just as a heads up, we'll be closing in an hour. Wait, this girl looks familiar. We should be done by then, I think. Also, forgive me if I'm wrong, but have we met before? Have we? Oh, you're the guy I helped at my other job yesterday. 4 cinnamon buns, right? Yep, that's me. And how were they? Top notch, were they not? They were amazing. Of course, because yours truly works here. She's an interesting character. By the way, I think I've seen you even before that. Do you go to Sakura Academy? Yeah, I do. Meiji, do you know her? She looks vaguely familiar, but I can't remember where I've seen her. I'm third year, Chiba Kotonoha, class 3F. I'm third year, Chisumeji, class 3A. Chiba, that family name sounds familiar. Nice to officially meet you. Heh, same to you. Oh, of course, it's always been a pleasure to meet me. Just curious, how many jobs do you have? Just the 2. I work here after school on most school nights and at the cafe on weekends, and sometimes I work at other places I used to work if they're short-handed. Oh, that's pretty cool. Indeed it is. So do you need help finding anything? Right, I got distracted, I forgot. My apologies. Not your fault. Yes, I could use some help. I was looking for a few things. Great, well let's head over to the counter and I'll look them up for you. Do you know the titles? Yeah, I do. Good. Kotonoha slides behind the counter and types a few things on the computer. Okay, so what's the title of the first book? It's a mystery horror novel called Portrait of Markov. Who's the author? Sorry, I don't know. All I know is that there's an eye on the cover. Let's see. She types a few things on the computer and hits enter. We have a few entries. Let's look. She turns the screen to me. Do any of these look familiar? One immediately stands out. Yep, that's definitely the one. I point. I think that's the one. Heh, looks kind of creepy. It's a horror novel after all. Oh yes, of course. I'll be right back. Kotonoha heads to an aisle and disappears for a bit. After a minute, she returns with a book. Is this the one? Let's have a look. I take it and look it over. It isn't very long, much like the way it was described in the game. I look at the price. Only 700 yen? Really? I then open the book and flip through it quickly. Yeah, this looks like it. Great, you can go ahead and set it down here. I put it on the counter. Is there anything else I can help? Is there anything else you're looking for, Chisu-san? A manga called Parfait Girls. There should be multiple volumes. She nods and types it in the icon. Do you know the author of this one? I don't know that one either, sorry. She looks at the results on the screen. Well, a lot of the results are cookbooks, but maybe we have it somewhere. Let me look. She she turns the screen to me again. I look at the images on the screen until one catches my eye. Ha! Wow. All right. Oh my God. This has to be it. It has to be. How could it not be? I wonder what their names are. I know what names I'd give them. Yeah, that's the one I was looking for. You're lucky. We have all the current volumes in. The bundle costs 5,000 yen, though. Let me think. Hold on, before I let you blow 6,000 yen on all this, tell me why we're getting this. This is a manga that's special to Natsuki. Besides, I think you'll be surprised. Alright, let's get it. You know what? Yeah, I'll take that too. Be right back. Kotonoha walks to a different aisle. She comes back with a large set of manga, each a decent thickness, and place them on the counter. I open the first volume and I see Monika's lookalike is Kiwi Minori, Sayori's is Strawberry Sayaka, Yuri's is Blueberry Taka, and Natsuki's is Peach Nakara. Anything else? No, this should be it. Let me grab my friend and we'll be on our way. I'll start ringing these up for you. Thanks. I walk over to the aisle where I saw Sayori rush too. I see her drooling over a cookbook. Does that woman never stop eating? Meiji sounds amused. Don't be too blasé about it. Overeating can be a sign of depression. I'm not sure if that's the case for her, but it's a possibility. Oh, I didn't know. I can feel his guilt return. I'll give him a mental hug. Thanks. A mental? Okay, so they can do that too, apparently. I look over Sayori's shoulder and see her looking at wedding cake recipes. My, that does look good. Kya, she drops the book. Ah, Meiji, don't scare me like that. Ah, sorry. I pick up the book and brush the creases out of it and put it back. I got what I wanted. Ready to go? Yep, I'm hungry anyway. Well, I did promise you some small snack. Let's hurry up so we can get you some food. We head to the front. Did you want any books? Nope, just food. Ha! All right, Your Majesty. Very well, commoner. What am I, a dog now? She pets my head. Woof. Good boy. Ugh. That was uncomfortable. I really have missed this, even if it wasn't me doing it. Soon, my friend, soon. We reach the counter. I bring out Meji's wallet and pay for the books. As Kotonoha is bagging them all up, she looks over at Sayori and her eyes light up with recognition. Sayori, is that you? Eh? Ah, Coco. Alright, that's a pretty cute nickname. I didn't know you worked here. Sayori, this is a bookstore. Oh, sorry. Yeah, still the same bundle of sunshine you were last year. I hope you didn't get Tani-san in your class this year. Nah, that'd be me. Oh dear, I'm sorry to hear that. That's okay, I took care of her this morning. And no, I didn't do anything physical to her. Oh, that's good. Well, I'd love to catch up, but I really should be getting back to work. Nice seeing you again. Same to you, Sayori. Oh, and Shisu-san, if we see each other after school, could you please call me by my first name? It's a bit embarrassing to be called by my last name. That's fine. In case, if you want to do the same, you can call me Meiji. Thank you. Well, it was nice seeing you too, Sayori, and nice to meet you, Meiji. See you later. Bye. See ya. Sayori and I head out. So, who is that, Kotonoha girl? Oh, I had a class with her last year. She's a member of the Chiba family. Right, now I remember. Meiji? The Chibas are a pretty rich family who own their own private estate. Rich girl stereotype, check. Really? That's odd, then. What's odd? If her family's so rich, why does she have a job? You know, that's a good question. Crap, I said that out loud. Gotta be more careful. Careful, dude. I know, my bad. Maybe it's because she's bored. Maybe, I don't know. Oh, we're here. Meiji leads me to a small convenience store half a block away. Sayori rushes inside. I jog up behind her. Sarah begins running up and down the halls with a shopping basket. Filling it up, I grab an egg sandwich and a melon soda. I stand and wait, eating the sandwich as Sayori shops. The cashier chuckles. Your girlfriend has quite the appetite. She isn't my girlfriend. She and I have been childhood friends for years. Whatever you say, kiddo. She will be, though, if all goes well. I'm scared, though. What if she rejects me? Even if she did, it's not the end of the world. You're just going to have to move on. It's not your fault if she does, but I have it on good authority that she probably won't. But it's not a game anymore, is it? I'll be honest, I'm not sure if it's a game or not, but the coincidences are too big to ignore. Sayori comes up and places her basket full of goodies on the counter. I move over and wait for the cashier to ring her up. I raise an eyebrow at her selection. Think you've got enough to last until dinner? Well, Mom texted me and said that she had to work late tonight, so I'm buying snacks and dinner for me. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't... well, do you think you have enough still? Yep. Alright, if you're sure, then I'll get these for you. I pay for the goodies and grab the bags and we both head out. The sun is lower in the sky and it's colder. I spot some clouds coming from the west and spreading the sun's glow across the evening sky. Meji, are you sure you're okay? Earlier with the fight? Nothing happened, I promise. We had a brief exchange after school was over, but she ran out after I tried to talk to her about it. What were you thinking, Meji? You could have gotten hurt. That's what I'd like to know. Look, that girl had been bothering me all year. I guess I finally snapped, but I'm sorry for worrying you. I promise to be more mindful in the future. You better. We walked for a while in comfortable silence. Finally, we reached Sayori's house. I carried the groceries into the door. I can take these inside. No, it's okay. However, she insists quite feverishly, and I know better not to argue. She takes the bags. See you tomorrow. Good night, Meji. Good night, Sayori. She heads inside and shuts the door. I turn and head back to Meji's house. So, what are the plans for tonight? I did promise we continue that anime, right? Right. I can feel the excitement pouring from Meji as I take off my shoes. After I wash my face and put the first volume of Parfait Girls and Portrait of Markov in my bag, I put on Meji's pajamas. After I'm all settled in for the night, I turn on my laptop and begin playing episode 6. After the last episode, I look at the clock. It's past 9 already. We should get some sleep. I wanted to watch the specials. Tomorrow night, I promise. You'd better keep that promise. Of course I will. I turn everything off and, after turning off the light, climb into bed. Tomorrow's going to be a busy day, so be prepared. I certainly hope you're wrong about this world, but if you aren't, I'll do whatever I can to make sure you told me doesn't happen. Thanks. Good night. Good night. I set the phone alarm and I slowly fall asleep. Okay, so now we're on Tuesday. So according to the timeline that this mod is following, this would be the day that Sayori is supposed to invite the player to the club, or invite Meji to the club, or this is the day well, in any case, it's the day that Meji is supposed to join the club. So, it's dark outside when I wake next, but something's wrong. Well, I think we're going to end on that cliffhanger there, because we've been going for a little over 2 hours now. I'm going to go ahead and save here. So, I'm going to end the stream here, guys, but I will say, so far, I can tell that there is a lot of effort that was put into this mod. You know, there's a lot of great things that we're seeing here. There's an original story, original characters, original sprites, original music. So it's pretty awesome. Avon, thank you for the lemon. Septal Manu, thank you for the lemon. So yeah, this so far this seems to be a pretty well done mod. And it seems like you guys really enjoy it as well. So we might come back to this sometime soon. I do that just with me having to talk for hours and hours, you know, like saying all the dialogue here. The reason that I stopped playing Blue Skies is because there was so much text. But this one, I don't think that there's really a huge amount of text that would stop me from playing this again. So I might bring this back another day. I might make this just a weekend thing because I probably want to do this in chunks. So yeah, I think I'm gonna say that I'm like 85% sure that we're gonna do this again, but it's probably going to be next weekend because I don't want to have to, you know, kill my voice on the daily. But yeah, as I said, really great things about this mod. I'm enjoying it. I understand why you guys wanted me to play this one, because so far, yeah, it's really original. It's a pretty good concept. So it's going to be exciting to see where it goes. Anyway, let me go over to D Live here and open up the treasure chest. Let's see, do we have enough in the chest in order to distribute? Yes, we do. So I'm going to click the distribute rewards button, and then anybody who's watching me on D Live, you have 30 seconds to click the chest to get yourself a reward for watching. After that, I'm going to call it. So, once again, EverQuest 2 players that are in the Madrazo Militia, as I said, we have exactly 1,097 Heartstones to go. And if you're not part of the Madrazo Militia or you don't know what EverQuest is, go and watch my other streams that I've been doing lately. And consider playing with us, because now we've got a party of 4. It'd be great to have an even bigger party than that. Speaking of which, EverQuest will probably be back tomorrow, because we have other people that need to be power leveled, because Avon is now quite a bit ahead of the other players that we had join recently. So, stay tuned for that. And here we go. Here's the treasure chest. Oh no, it's Avon 2.2. Congratulations. Naifu Waifu 1.7. Congratulations. Septal Manu 1.5. Congratulations. So with that, I am done, guys. Thank you so much for watching. This was a fun stream. We had many more. We had many more viewers than we normally do for these streams. I think partially because it's a DDLC mod, a new DDLC mod, and 2 because Morbius advertised it on his site, as he said. But thank all of you for watching. I hope to see y'all again soon. And until next time, I'm Caesar Madrazo, and I am out.